Bonus.
WGSX Lynn Haven, WVLQ Port St. Joe. Powered by Panama City Toyota. ESPN Northwest Florida. Rise and shine, campers. It's a brand new day.
What a lovely morning.
Good morning, starshine.
You seem happy this morning.
Good morning, everybody. Thanks for coming in early.
The Coach James Hale Show is live and local. Live from the J. Michael Studio. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Hot tub.
Get up!
I'm full of water.
Wait a minute.
I stay
Get
hot
up!
tub. Hot tub. I'm gonna get you hot tub. I'm gonna make it wet. Stay hot tub. Rubber dub in the hot tub. Rubber dub with me. Should I get in the hot tub?
Yeah!
Will it make me sweat?
Yeah!
Should I get in the hot tub?
Yeah!
Will it make me wet?
Yeah! Well.
Oh, it's going to be hot this weekend. We ain't going to need a hot tub. We're going to need a cold tub.
The Gulf. The hot
degrees
tub
on
is out.
Saturday.
Yeah, the hot tub is out in the Gulf right now. The hottest has ever been in, I guess, recorded history, if you believe what they say, which I don't.
No.
But anyway, the Gulf, the Atlantic, the Caribbean, it's like a hot tub everywhere.
Probably. It's probably why we're having these shark instances.
Yeah. Have we heard anything lately? I mean, it's kind of quieted down. Have I heard
That
anything?
great white wash up on Fort Walton Beach. I seen a picture of that. That might have been fake.
Was it Navarre Beach, wasn't it?
Maybe, yeah.
I think it was Navarre
Yeah.
Beach. No, I saw the picture.
Yeah.
So if it's on there, it's got to be true.
Right, exactly.
You see it.
If you see it, it's there. It happened. But anyway, I do want to get back real quick about this. I don't know, Jason, you heard about it or not, but Richard Jackson, a great guy, a great man. We mentioned yesterday he had passed away. How many people you know got a street or boulevard named after him?
I was wondering, who's Richard Jackson? Now I know.
R.L.
He's
Jackson.
a great guy.
Yeah.
He every time you see Philip Griffin out, usually they were together.
Yeah.
And it's so weird. I saw Terry DeBose on a Tuesday at J. Michael's, and then he passed away on Friday.
Wow.
I saw Richard and his wife. Jill and I talked to Richard's wife, cutting up with him just for a second at J. Michael's, and not a week later, you find out these guys. It's just like, you got to be kidding me.
Yeah.
The legends of Bay County, or Panama City Beach, Earl Durden, Wes Burnham, Roy Santini, Griff. God, it's just like everybody's going, man.
Yeah.
It's sad.
Yeah.
Griff's gone, our mayor for...
But on lighter news, did you see online Glenn Manley finishes 35?
Yes.
Let's
Good
go.
job. Good job.
Good man, too.
Got to ring the bell.
But let's keep it real. We could have got rid of Glenn and kept the other ones. Would we have done it?
That was Hale saying.
Okay.
That was Hale.
Hey, he's listening. We got a caller. Let's take this caller. Good morning.
Good morning. Happy Flag Day. It's great to be an American.
That's right, Flag Day. That's right.
Flag Day. Well, what about Sunday? Happy Father's Day to you.
Well, my daughters are talking to me again, finally. At least one of them texts me.
That counts.
Anyway, but listen, I'm all repentant about the shark jokes because my daughter, she called and used the first name of one of the victims, and I'm like, do you know her? She goes, well, I've seen her on social media. I'm like, I want all the best for everybody. I'm chastened, but I will say this, Coach Jim Bob used the word food chain the other day when he was talking about what could be decided. He said it's further up the food chain. I don't think that was really appropriate, but it's unintentional. That's okay. I'm glad the Ohioans are there. They're smarter than most people. You know, we've had 4 presidents assassinated in our country's history, and 2 of them are from Ohio. So, you know, they're likable people.
Yep.
Anyway, I pledge allegiance to the flag with the orange background and the white power T.
Oh, God.
And to the state of Tennessee. What? Come on, they're going to beat FSU, aren't they?
What's going to happen when the Knowles walk the dog on them?
Yeah.
I don't want to jinx them. They're number 1 seed, and I don't want to mention the team that last won as a number 1 seed, but it was in 1999. Well, they're a diploma mill down in Dade County. Okay, let's put it that way.
Right.
All right, they got an albatross as a mascot. I don't want to say their name or the town they're from. But anyway, it's great to be alive and in Tennessee. Doesn't look like Tiger's going to make the cut. But, you know, he couldn't make the cut when he was good at Pinehurst. I mean, he is 1 or 1A. It's him and Nicholas. And I've seen them both play at the same time, you know.
Yeah.
But Well, when I saw him, Nicholas beat him by a bunch of strokes. Nicholas is 58. He came in fifth in the 99 Masters, and Tiger was back in the field. But Tiger, for some reason, was changing his swing that year after destroying everybody the year before.
I never understood that one.
That's ancient history. I didn't either. Nick Faldo would always say, I don't know why he talks to anybody. He should just take a video and look at himself,
Wasn't he one of the first ones that got into weightlifting, first golfer, and look what it did?
Except for Mike Suchak from the 50s who played football for Duke. Other than him, sort of.
Yeah.
Brooks Koepka? What about Koepka? Or as one of my friends call him.
I think most of these guys work out more nowadays because of Tiger. They saw what added to his game, the power, the strength. But it's a different type of training, though. You can't be out there lifting and getting bulky and stuff like that. You have to have flexibility.
Yeah, you have to stretch, too. Hey, here's the thing. Everybody should stretch.
For sure.
Right? Yeah, absolutely. And they should take supplements, right, Jason?
For sure. At Max Fit.
I think they should, too, by golly. Hey, let me tell you a quick one about how I'm getting older. Let me tell you a quick one, Jason. There's a line in trucking by the Grateful Dead called, they say, I'm living on Reds, vitamin C, and cocaine.
Yeah.
Well, now I'm living on the Reds I'm living on is Colace, and I'm still taking vitamin C, and I'm taking liquid protein supplements. Get your stuff from Jason Kowaleski. He's from Ohio, but he ain't that stupid.
That's the best endorsements I've ever had. I'm not stupid.
No, he said that stupid.
I'm not so sure he's
That's one of those bless your little heart comments there.
Getting back to my friend that passed away, Richard was worked for the city from 1969 to 2012. Great man. We will be missed. And, all these guys in the past are having something to do with the future. Public sports complex that opened in 2019. I mentioned this yesterday. I want to do it again. They've had like 400,000 visitors because of that. This brought in an estimated $271 million to Bay County. And so thank you guys for that. We complain about things, but the revenue bringing in is incredible. My question to you, you're a businessman here.
Yeah.
Have you seen a benefit for all these people coming? I know Dick's Sporting because I've seen them fly in and left.
You see
restaurants has really helped.
You
hotels.
See these teams and their parents walking Pier Park all the time. The softball teams, baseball teams, soccer teams, I believe. I don't even know if that's where they're playing that, but we see these teams and families all the time that come through Pier Park. So, it has definitely an impact on the community, and it's the type of people that we want coming here. It's not the spring break, the bars, the people that are just trying to party so you get families and stuff like that. But you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I do. I get what I agree with you 100%. But have we overkilled? Have we gone too far? Have we grown too much? Do we have too many apartments? Hell yes, we have too many apartments.
We don't have enough roads.
Yeah, we didn't plan it out.
No, it's going to take a little while to fix it. Greed. In all forms is good.
Kind of like the SEC and the Big Ten going together. Greed, kind of the same thing.
Greed. Yeah, that's good. It's good.
That's okay, because the SEC is going to be good. So that's
the root of all
That's
evil.
all that counts.
That's right.
This means more.
That's the problem with society today. That's what we've been taught.
Yeah, and he mentioned the thing about the shark. I didn't realize what all he said. Do you remember what Mike said when he called in that day about the sharks? Was he?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
I can barely.
You shouldn't have listened to me. You shouldn't have played Jaws. And those poor people that got attacked, I want to say they're from Birmingham, Hoover, somewhere up that way, because Jamie was telling me
they're
about
alive.
that. They're doing what, bless their heart, they're trying to get the best medical treatment they can. Can you imagine coming down here, losing an arm, losing a leg? You look forward to it. Your whole year looking forward to coming down here. People love coming down here, and to have something like that happens is just incredible.
You just got to be really careful when you get in the water, whether it's a shark, whether it's a current, undertow. It's
jellyfish.
There's wild
everything.
animals in the ocean, and they are, they're big and they can bite you. So just be careful. I mean, I know it's not something that's impossible to happen. It's hard to, prevent, but you can see some of these sharks from, the balconies of these things miles away. So,
oh my God.
I mean,
and so many times you see these pictures, the shark goes after them, and at the last second they turn away.
Right.
And that could have been another one.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy.
I would just be really careful this time. For some reason, nature's acting out on, maybe because we got the dumbest person in the world leading us.
I definitely think that.
And so animals are clapping back at us and thinking we're weak.
Are they controlling the weather now? You hear all these kinds of things.
Well, I mean, if you believe the scientists on Joe Rogan, they say that China has a weather-making machine that's almost as big as the state of New York. So, and they have pictures of it, so they definitely try to manipulate everything at this point.
Oh, I don't put past nothing.
We had a lot of hurricanes that hit us directly from now that come off the coast of Africa that look kind of pretty weird when they come through.
The water being the temperature it is. But remember last year we had a lot, but they all veered off.
Right.
So maybe that'll happen again this year. I certainly hope so. Hope we don't have it that bad.
We'll see.
Father's Day's this weekend. We'll talk more about that later. I'm going to talk about mine before the day's over. I hope all the fathers out there have a great day. Did you tell Rob what we said? Did you inform him?
I told him.
Okay. I hope his response was positive.
Donuts are on the way.
Don't get in without a donut.
That's right.
Okay.
And a Florida State win.
That's right. Yeah. Oh, Dr. Ward's out there. He's out there pumped up, ready to go. Going to go watch FSU play Tennessee. I think it's at 6 o'clock on ESPN tonight. And then tomorrow, Florida and Texas A&M. He'll be there for those games. They show pictures on Facebook, people that are already out there. There's certain bars they go to where LSU set a national record, shots taken, shots drinking, right. And all these different restaurants and stuff. One guy said, we do not accept reservations, but if you can have more than 9 people in your party, you might want to call us know.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so maybe they do. Anyway, getting back to you. Have you seen, has it helped your business, all these people coming down and through here?
Yeah, we get a lot of parents and Little League guys come in and, buy supplements, buy vitamins for the week or something. And we've gotten some long-term customers because of that, because we sell some products that are very unique, that are very high level, that maybe you can't find near home. So we ship a lot of stuff out once we create that relationship.
All right, they came out now. This is, who is this by? Andy Staples. This is the college football playoff, projected the 12-team playoff 2024. Here we go. We don't even have to play the games. It's set. Number 1 seed, they have a bye, the Ohio State Buckeyes. Number 2 seed, where they bye, the Georgia Bulldogs. Number 3 team in the nation, they have a bye, they get to rest, Florida State. And here we go with the jokes. Number 4 out of the Big 12.
No.
Yeah. I hate. Look, come on. Let's get the 12 best teams. Let's quit screwing around. In 2 years, in 2 years, we'll
Tell
have to
us
worry
who
about
it is.
this.
Come on.
In 2 years, we will not be having to bar.
Is it Oklahoma State?
No.
Okay.
Kansas State. Kansas State.
That quarterback they got's really good, though. If you've never seen that kid play, he is phenomenal. I mean, he's going to be a stud.
Yeah. So that's your top 4 teams: Buckeyes, Georgia, Florida State, Kansas State. They don't play week 1. Here we go. Number 12 versus number 5. And I don't have where the game's played. I guess Tuscaloosa. I don't know.
Yeah.
5, Alabama, Boise State. Do you realize that Alabama and Auburn both I don't know, this has never happened. They always play the state championship games, either when they flip-flop the stadiums. Both schools pulled out because of the playoff, 12-team playoffs, because you might have a home game. They just didn't want to have to deal with that.
Damn.
So number 5, Alabama will play number 12, Boise State. The winner will play. Now, I'll come back to the winner. I'm not sure how that works out.
Right.
Number 8, well, let's go to the other side. We're going to the other side. This would be number 6, Oregon versus number 11, Tennessee. Tennessee Buckeye. I bet Tennessee Volunteers. We got 2 minutes. All right, let's take a break and we'll come back and finish this up. Jason, business has picked up. You got 2 great locations. Your competition's fading away. Everybody knows who you are. You're local here. You work with all the coaches in the county, all the different sports. Parents are coming to you. Things are rolling in the right direction. What's the best way to get up with you?
You can just come in either location. We are on 23rd Street in the Del Coronado Village or in Pier Park North next to Dick's Sporting Goods. We got a free sample bar so you can come out and try our products. And then we do have a certified sports nutritionist on staff if you do want to check in on a meal plan.
All right, here we go. When we're going to give away our last giveaway.
This is the last chance for you to get registered to win our trip to the Atlanta Braves baseball game.
Ooh.
It's our 7th year anniversary giveaway, and so today's the last day for.
What time are you going to do it?
We're going to do it at 7:45.
Okay.
And just for getting registered, they're going to win a.
So you're going to interrupt Jim's FSU update.
No, we're going to do FSU at 7:30 like we did yesterday.
Oh, okay. Afterwards, you'll do it.
And then afterwards.
So he gets his whole segment.
He gets his whole segment.
Thank you.
Uninterrupted by.
You'll interrupt something with Alabama, though.
See, there you go.
Michigan Eddie, that's your bat signal.
Oh, I got to go back to that.
So that's what we'll do.
You don't.
And found an easy way to vote for us on the Best of Bay, which is ESPNPC.com.
Say it again.
ESPN.
Oh, go to ESPN.com.
PC.com.
That works. They trust us.
We used it before. I used it before when we were just being
I was told you got to
and it worked quite well.
I was told you got to go to the News Herald.
There was a voting issue I had with you guys.
Yeah, everybody has it. I mean, nobody could vote.
No, I couldn't vote for you the second time. It only let me vote the first time. You're supposed to be able to vote every day. For some reason, it won't let you.
Rigged.
I haven't tried it every day.
It's the same people that did the election with Trump and
I think if you
Biden.
buy a little ad or something.
machines involved?
Yeah.
They're suppressing the vote.
George Soros
You're
is standing here
suppressed.
screwing me again.
Him and Putin.
Unbelievable. God.
Russian disinformation.
Right.
Unbelievable. Hey, get out J. Michael's restaurant today. Chris Fish is a special grilled fish, peppers, onions over better rice, and a special sauce. It's incredible, and it's healthy for you. Go check it out. You'll love it. The coldest beer, the best seafood, the legendary J. Michael's restaurant on Thomas Drive. South Oak, title and closing for all your real estate needs. Chuck does a great job, not even close to anybody else. Make sure it's South Oak, title and closing. Don't even go if you're not them. Stevenson Air Condition, Jason's using them, Jim's using them, everybody's using them because they're number one at what they do. I'm getting ready to have mine serviced by Stevenson Air Conditioning. It's going to make it work better. It's going to save me money on my power bill. And if you got an old one, get rid of it. It's one of the few things you can purchase that pays for itself. Stevenson Air Conditioning, number one. Charlie Corn's Place, today's special. Oh, it's a good one. Fried fish or grilled. You pick it out. Then you also get baked beans, cheese grits, or French fries rolled in a tea at the legendary Charlie Corn's Place. Meat, pick out whatever you meat. Daily special, 3 sides for $11.20. You can't beat it. Tomorrow, fried shrimp or grilled, and then Sunday, the big one, the Glen Manley big one, fried chicken, mashed potatoes, green beans, cream corn, roll in a tea at Charlie Corn's Place. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida on a beautiful, outstanding, hot, humid Friday.
America's team plays here.
And a rocket to right field. This thing is into orbit.
The Atlanta Braves on ESPN Northwest Florida. Acuna, Ozzie, and Austin Riley lead the Braves' high-powered offense.
Swung on, belted, deep right field. Get out of here, Ozzie. Home run. Ball game.
The Atlanta Braves on ESPN Northwest Florida is sponsored by Brock's Pest Control, Store More Portable Buildings, Reliable Hydraulic Solutions, Billberg Kia, and Mid-South Lumber.
Good morning. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with Friday's weather forecast. Sunny this afternoon and evening with a high near 93 and a wind 5 to 10 miles per hour. Clear skies tonight, a light breeze and a temperature of 78. About the same tomorrow, around 92 with sunshine and a wind out of the south-southwest at 6 miles per hour. Partly sunny in the morning and then possible thunderstorms Sunday and hot around 90. This forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for keeping that dial at ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Life can take us so many places. And at Panama City Toyota, we're here to make sure every drive is worth every minute.
Maybe you want a fun, fuel-efficient car for everyday driving. Or you need a dependable vehicle that really gets the job done. Sometimes it's all about answering the call of the wild. And when you're ready to shop, reserve your vehicle online and choose your options. Or we'll help you in person, even if you started the process at home.
Whatever works for you, always works for us.
Are you looking for a place to take a leak? Do you have a truck, tractor, or other hydraulic equipment leaking or not performing as it should? At Reliable Hydraulic Solutions, we can get you back to work. Do you have a busted or leaking hose? Hydraulic cylinder or pump needing repair? If competitive pricing and a quick turnaround are what matter to your business, come see us at Reliable Hydraulic Solutions. Or you can give us a call at 850-326-3000. Reliable Hydraulic Solutions, 6840 Highway 77 in Southport. The best place in town to take a leak.
It's time for your Atlanta Braves morning update, presented by Tidal Wave Auto Spa. Get clean car happy at any of the 250-plus Tidal Wave Auto Spa locations today.
Braves' 5-game win streak comes to an end, as does the Orioles' 6-game winning streak on Thursday.
Tickets for the Braves 2024 season are going fast. This season is jam-packed with great matchups. Get your tickets at Braves.com/tickets.
Thursday afternoon at Oriole Park at Camden Yards, the Braves bounced back and salvaged the finale with the Orioles by a final score of 6-3. The Atlanta offense got off to a quick start with 2 runs in the first on a 2-run double from Marcell Ozuna, his 56th and 57th RBI of the year. Then in the top of the 4th, tacked on another on an RBI base hit from Ozzie Albies. Meanwhile, Reynaldo Lopez was terrific once again on the mound for the visitors, tossing 6 scoreless innings with 2 hits, 1 walk, and 8 strikeouts, earning the win to improve to 4-2 on the season. Orioles would make things interesting with a 3-run homer in the bottom of the 7th, but the Braves broke away with 2 runs in the top of the 9th as a run scored on a wild pitch and another crossed on an RBI double from Matt Olson. With the win, Braves are now 36-30 on the season and will head home and get ready for a 6-game homestand starting tonight. And as always, hear the call of the Braves live from Truist Park right here on the Braves Radio Network. First pitch is set for 7:20 p.m. Eastern. I'm Kevin McAlpin, and this has been your Braves Radio Network Morning Update.
It's the Coach James Hale Show.
Go nuts.
Live from the J. Michael Studio on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Play it, baby.
That'll get us woken up.
Father's Day this Friday. This Sunday. Remember this.
On Sunday.
There ain't nothing.
But
Nothing.
Breakfast in bed.
Where's my remote?
What's my remote?
Yeah, change the channel.
Go get up, change it.
Put your hands on the radio.
Give me a sandwich.
Hold the mayo.
Great. It's one of the greatest songs ever written. You know,
It's the smartest.
all you people out there, just remember, it is women. Just do what you're told. Now, hey, let's real quick. Once you vote the first time,
Glad that door locks.
it will send you an email to your email address. You have to click on that link in your email to verify that it's you. Then you can vote every day. Okay. Why do they make it so hard?
I don't know.
I don't get that.
I've been voting though.
Why do they want your email? I think they want you. I better shut up.
So they can send you
Please don't go there.
Yeah.
It's Putin again.
Yeah. All right, let's go back to this playoffs thing. All right. You got Oregon, number 6 versus number 11 Tennessee. Okay. Then it goes up to number 7 Texas versus number 10 Ole Miss. And if you're not listening carefully, you will hear a lot of Big Ten and SEC schools mentioned. And then you go across number 9 versus number 8, and that's Michigan versus Notre Dame. So Michigan will have a home game versus Notre Dame. Texas will be home versus Ole Miss. Oregon will be home playing Tennessee. Alabama will be home playing Boise State. Now, the way they have it set up here, Randy Staples, this would have Alabama. I'm saying Alabama beats Boise State.
Yeah.
They better. That's Alabama playing Kansas State.
Again.
You got, let's say Oregon beats Tennessee. You got Oregon playing FSU. Let's just say Texas beats, there's no upsets. Texas beats Ole Miss and Texas. So Georgia and Texas are going to play again. This will be number 2 time. Ohio State beats Notre Dame. Here we go. Buckeyes and Ohio and Michigan play the first time in history twice.
Third time then, because they probably play for the conference championship too.
Could be, that's right. And we said this could happen 3 times. So that's who you have. Michigan, Ohio State playing, and I forgot what bowl game it is. They don't even have the name of the thing. Boise State playing Alabama, FSU playing Oregon, Georgia, Texas. All right, Georgia beats Texas. FSU beats Oregon. So now you got FSU, Georgia playing again. They just played last year. Revenge game for FSU to see who plays for national championship.
You got to be as bad.
You got Ohio State beating Michigan. Alabama kicks a field goal at the very end and beats Kansas State. Now you got Alabama, Ohio State playing. Ohio State beats Alabama. Georgia beats FSU. Now the number 1 and number 2 teams that played all year play for the national championship. If that works out like that, would you guys be happy?
Absolutely, yeah.
Why wouldn't I?
Yeah. I mean, I think they're the 2 best teams. Take the Ohio State hat off, as a fan, but, their roster's loaded. Their defense is loaded. And I look at Georgia, I see the same thing. Ohio State, I think defense might be a little bit better this year, but I think Georgia's going to have a really good offense with Carson Beck. So I really need to see what Will Howard's going to do in this offense. I know Jim has a lot more confidence in that than me. I'm a show me guy, and last year gave me a little PTSD with McCord because we had some of the best receivers in the country, and he just could not find them in half these games. And those mistakes against Michigan where he threw those interceptions, those were the difference in the game.
Yeah.
Jim, what do you think of what he just said?
Well, I agree with him. You know, Ohio State in Georgia, by everybody, all the experts, and air quotes there, those are the two best rosters. Those are the two best teams. So, on paper. So, we'll see. I mean, a lot can happen. I don't foresee these playing the same team 3 times. It could it happen? Of course it could happen, but I just don't think it's going to. I don't know. We'll see.
And we hear the committees always say we're not going to, schedule it just based on matchups. But if we have an opportunity to avoid a third, matchup against Ohio State and Michigan, because Ohio State's going to play the last game of the year, they could turn around and play in the championship game. So if they play 3 weeks later, you're talking about playing a team 3 weeks and 3 times in 4 or 5 weeks.
Yeah.
So
right, that would be crazy.
I don't think anybody wants to see that.
And you got Georgia and Texas.
Right
here.
No, any in-conference team, especially at the top, there's a possibility they could play 3 times.
I mean, it could be Bama and Georgia 3 times. It could be Texas and Georgia 3 times. Who knows?
I think they're going to have to address the conference championship. I know it makes money.
But you see that in NFL? You see the same stuff in NFL.
Yeah, but the NFL is a little different too. I don't want to become the NFL. I'm not. The NFL doesn't get me up in the morning and want me to get
ready.
I know, and I'm not like.
Oh, I got to get this. I got to get this to you guys. This is from Michigan Eddie. Ohio State has been exposed for paying players illegally during Urban Meyer's era. Former Texas receiver 5-star B.J. Johnson came forward on Texas football. Let's see. Urban Meyers locked me in an office in my high school, and then, no bullshit, this is not me talking, this is the young man, asked me straight up. He was like, BJ, how much, man? How much? How much is it going to take? The former Texas wide receiver, B.J. Johnson, said. So Michigan Eddie blew this up, said, Buckeye boys, what do you think about this?
Well, Urban Meyer was at Notre Dame as a wide receiver coach in 1999 when that guy was coming out. So I'm going to call BS on that story. Did
you already know about it?
Yeah.
Did you know about it?
No, I have not heard that one.
But Urban Meyer was an assistant coach at Notre Dame, a wide receiver coach under Lou Holtz, so he wasn't offering people money. So
he wasn't even in Ohio State at that time.
It wasn't at Ohio State at all. He hadn't even been to Utah yet.
He wasn't at Ohio State until 2012.
15, I believe.
2012.
Yeah, 12, because that's when Luke
2012.
was. Yeah.
Good theory,
Fake
though.
news.
Good theory.
Yeah, good try again. They're trying so hard to mask what Harbaugh did.
Still not going to change what's happening to you. Let's just say
that's
it's true.
called projection
It's still not changing what's going to happen.
He also said you have one of your recruiting staffers leaving Ohio State to go to Michigan.
That is true.
That is true, because she was an assistant and she wanted to be the person, so they hired her, which is.
And her sister
100%.
played at Michigan.
Well, she's there now too.
Right.
But he's coming after you guys hard.
But you know what's funny? They keep telling us our staff's soft, they're not any good, but every time they land somebody from our staff, they celebrate like they won a national title.
Exactly.
They got another Ohio State staffer.
They posted everywhere.
I know. It's like,
we had
make up your mind, Michigan.
We had some
Eddie.
Michigan people actually call in the other day, and I think he won some tickets for the baseball, which is good. He was a big-time Michigan guy. I've been living here for a year and a half now.
Look, I said Michigan would be good last year. This year, they're not going to be good at all. I'd be shocked if they don't lose 4 games. And their quarterback's going to be new. Offensive line's new.
They got a lot to replace.
All coaching staff's new. You got a new coach that's never been a head coach in his life that was crying because Harbaugh was suspended for 2 games at the end of the year last year. So
all right.
I think they're going to, come back to reality.
Let me get this in real quick.
Yeah.
This is not really a cut to you two. This is a cut to me. Thank you, Michigan, for keeping it fair and balanced. You hate all of us. Here's your reminder: the Big Ten is the GOAT. $880 million in revenue in 2023. The SEC only had $853 million. It just means more. For schools like Alabama, LSU, Texas A&M, and Georgia to make $5 to $7 million less than Indiana, Purdue, and Rutgers.
I agree with that, though. I mean, that's business, though. That's not the athletic side. That's the business side.
That's the commissioner did a great job.
Yeah. So, and I'm shocked at it because we were very happy with him for a long time, but they did a really good job with their expansion. I have to give them credit for that.
Well, Michigan, thank you so much for getting on all of us, and you were wrong as usual. I don't know if he's listening right now or not, but isn't that something that they posted about Urban Meyers and it's all lies?
Well, look.
They also said Ryan Day's brother was involved in a cheating scandal too.
Like he was he hired a private investigator, and he was a private. That was totally made up. But, Urban Meyer deserves some of the stuff he gets, but that one was made up. He was a wide receiver coach under Lou Holtz in 2000. This guy was being recruited in 1999.
Why would the guy say that stuff, though?
Just for attention. I mean, just to keep his name in the, media.
Okay. All right, some of our great people that they're factual, that really happens. El Rodeo Tequila Bar and Grill. The best Mexican restaurant, and one of the newest on Panama City Beach. If you're here on vacation, it's right across the street from the Navy base. You want to get in there. It's a huge facility. You don't have to wait. Great food, great drink specials. Happy hour, buy one, get one free. We're talking about margaritas, draft beer, house wines. It's really a great place. Daily specials on lunch. Go check it out. El Rodeo Tequila Bar and Grill. We think you have a wonderful time there. And tell them Coach sent you. If you love barbecue, you're down here close to the sporting events. Rudy's Barbecue on Bat Beach Road, one of Jason's favorite places. We're using them tomorrow. Matter of fact, we're going to have a little party at Jared's house.
I'm going down there today, watch some College World Series, eat some brisket. Boy, it's going to be good. It'll be packed, too.
Get some of that turkey, too.
I will.
They do breakfast, lunch, and dinner. They do cater. Rudy's Barbecue on Bat Beach Road. You'll love it. Go check it out. And you'll see Jason. He's usually down there signing autographs.
Will be.
I like that one where that girl walked up in her bikini and you signed her. That was awesome, man. I thought you were Elvis
get me in
for a
so much trouble sometimes.
He gets everybody in trouble.
I know.
It's a man's world. Hey, Rudy, Newbies, 3 great locations. Charlotte's going to have the best bands in the Southeast there every weekend during the summer, so you're going to have a great time. The mothership is incredible. But get to Newbies, too. Watch all the sporting games, baseball games down there, professional or the College World Series, all at Newbies. It's been remodeled inside. TVs everywhere. Beautiful facility. Shoot pool. Watch the games. Have a great time. And then head on down to the mothership and listen to the best bands in the Southeast every Friday and Saturday night. Love you, Charlotte. Love you, John. Get out, Newbies. Have a great time. Dr. Ward is out in Nebraska watching baseball. He's going to watch FSU play Tennessee later today, and then tomorrow the Gators playing Texas A&M. 1 in 5 develop skin cancer. 5 minutes can save your life. He found it. He got it out the first time. Thank God. First time, got every bit of it out and sewed me back up.
Nice.
God does a great job. He's one of the best at what he does. Max Fit Sports Nutrition. Do you want to look better, feel better? Jason Kovaleski can make it happen for you. 2 great locations, 23rd Street, Pier Park. Go check it out and vote for them Best Bay also. Paparazzi. You love pizza and it's a Friday night. You know you want that pizza. Go get it. Call, order, go pick it up. You can go by at lunchtime today, get 2 huge slices. All you need to do is take somebody with you, get 1 lunch special, and buy an extra drink. That's all you have to do. The slices are that big. Best pizza you can get anywhere. Thomas Drive, Paparazzi, the bakery, unbelievable. Paradise Cake, try it one time. You'll love it. You'll be hooked forever. I'm telling you right now. The Napoleon's outstanding. Carrot cake, chocolate cake, all down at Paparazzi. And Big John's a retired police officer. For that reason alone, we should pack the place out. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest. When we get back, Jim Brandt, FSU. Right back.
ESPN Northwest Florida is celebrating 7 years of broadcasting history by giving you a chance to win the Atlanta Braves 7-year send-off.
That is gone!
Listen weekdays at 7:40, 12:40, and 5:40 to qualify for the grand prize. 2 amazing tickets in the Xfinity Club to see the Atlanta Braves Saturday, September 7th versus the Toronto Blue Jays. Plus hotel and spending cash from ESPN Northwest Florida, PCB Hobby, Pepsi, Fairfield, Hampton Inn on Thomas, and Home 2 Suites.
Visit the newly remodeled Mid-South Lumber Hardware and Feed Store in Youngstown. They have a full line of plumbing, electrical, hardware, and tools for your DIY home projects, as well as lumber and animal feed. Now offering not only baby chicks and a full line of poultry supplies, but also bunnies and parakeets. They also carry a wide selection of Duplin wines and gourmet products so you don't have to drive to the beach. Come see us at Mid-South Lumber on Highway 231 in Youngstown.
Discover the new Kia during the Summer Sticker Sales event going on now at Bill Bird Kia. Our SUV family is built for all-in adventures and endless possibilities. Whether you're traveling on the highways or off-road, you'll do it with grace and grit. Now offering 1.9% APR for up to 48 months on the purchase of a new 2024 Kia Sorento or a new 2024 Kia Sportage. You get the perfect balance of comfort, safety, and technology. Bill Bird Kia is the home of the 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty. Stop by and see us at 2435 East 15th Street or anytime at BillBirdKia.PanamaCity.com. Now enjoy the view this summer because the road is yours in a brand new Kia from Bill Bird Kia.
Offer from Kia Finance America for the purchase of a new 2024 Kia Sorento or new 2024 Kia Sportage with $2,165 per month per 1,000 financed and 48 months. Quantities limited. No down payment required. Cannot be combined with other finance offers. The 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty is a Bill Bird Kia warranty. See dealer for complete details. Offer for well-qualified buyers. Must take delivery from dealer stock through 7/8/24.
The Coach James Hale Show is live and local from the J. Michael Studio.
Boss, I got good news and bad news. What's the bad news? Your hat's on fire.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Believe that. No, they weren't.
And Florida State. Woo!
Get them balls, baby.
Come on, baby. Let's get some pitching today. FSU updates brought to you by Newbies. Get out, Newbies. Have a great time. 3 great locations. Go have a good time at all 3 if you like. We appreciate it. All right, Jim, what do you got for us today on FSU?
Well, as everybody knows, Florida State's in the College World Series. Finally, after a long layup. Here, I know we've talked about this, and you can see it on TV, but we're going to talk about it anyway. The matchups. The first game today is North Carolina versus Virginia at 2 o'clock, or 1 o'clock, I'm sorry. And then the big one, the one that we're most interested in, Tennessee versus Florida State at 6. Then tomorrow we got Kentucky. Wildcats going to show up.
There you go.
For the first time. Woo! They're playing North Carolina State.
They got a good shot, though.
And then Texas A&M versus Florida, the Gators, tomorrow at 6. So those are your 8 teams. And I looked this up this morning because we all know, as Bill Allen has pointed out and we've pointed out, they've never been national champs. I'm talking about Florida State.
Right.
But they have been runners-up 3 different times, and I didn't know this. I had to look this up. So here are the 3 years that they were runners-up. In 1970, this is before Coach Martin, they lost to USC 2-1.
Oof.
Now, to put it in some perspective, the other day we were talking about who are the programs, like the power programs in baseball.
Right.
Well, that 1970 falls right in the middle of when USC won from 1970 through 1974. They won 5 in a row.
Oh, yeah, they were like the top national titles in all of baseball.
Their coach's name was Rod Dato, if you remember that name.
No, I didn't.
They won 5 in a row, from 70 to 74.
Wow.
So the first one was against Florida State, 2-1. All right, their next runners-up was 1986. They lost to Arizona 10-2. They got blown out there.
Right.
And then 1999.
Painful. This one's painful.
1999, they lost to Miami, the Canes, 6-5. So they've been runners-up 3 times. 2 of them were 1-run losses. So they've been close. Yeah. It's not like they've been total washouts.
It's hard to win national championship in baseball, man, because there's so many factors. Pitching, hitting. You got multiple pitchers, so you can't just throw the same guy every day. Right. So it's tough, man.
Yeah, and as we talked about the other day, the thing that concerns me most about Florida State is just their pitching. Is it going to hold up? The kid from Arnold, Cameron Dorsey, he's pitched well, but the one before that, he not so well against Duke. So we'll see. Which one's going to show up? And as you say, those aluminum bats, you get a wind, you get it up in the air, it's going out. Although I think that Oklahoma field's pretty big.
Yeah. Tennessee hasn't pitched that well, though, so they got a shot here.
Yeah, Evansville, they had played 3 games against Evansville.
I think Evansville scored 10, 12 runs in the first 2 games, so it's not like their pitching has been phenomenal. Anyway, I like Florida State in this game, so I think Tennessee's just kind of been, like last year a little bit, kind of, not playing their best baseball at the end of the year, but if Florida State can put something together, this thing's wide open right now. There's no dominant team right now. There's no dominant pitching out there.
No.
I think Kentucky's playing really well, so I think they have a shot too. So I really wish they would have just thrown out the seeds and said ACC versus versus SEC. You know, I hate that they did it the way they did it, but I get it. They rank the teams. They're not trying to do it that way. So, but I really wish they would have just went ACC, SEC, and see what happens.
Mark McLeod was on, and Dr. Ward. They talked about it, that field they're playing. That's so big that you won't see many home runs like we thought.
Yeah,
we'll see. I don't know. Some of those shots the guys were hitting the other day were bombs.
Right.
They'd go out anyway. Aluminum bats make a big, and I know they've used aluminum bats for a long time.
Right.
But that makes a big. You know, there's some interesting finals. You know, getting away from Florida State for a while. Not only could it be Florida State for the whole thing, it could be North Carolina versus North Carolina State.
Yeah.
You know? So you know what. You got 8 teams, and 4 of them, 2 of them are from the same state. That's probably never happened before.
Right.
That's a good point.
Where you
I didn't think about North Carolina,
North Carolina State, or Florida State. You know,
North Carolina's another team.
I think
that's really good. Really,
yeah.
North Carolina's really good too because they beat what was it? LSU. That was the team that beat LSU. They got really good pitching. All these teams are really, really good, very solid. I just don't think there's not a dominant team, so I think it's just wide open. I think Florida State's just right there with everybody else. They have a real shot to win this.
I just did what
and so does Florida. Florida started playing really well. I mean, they got to put it together. Their pitching's not that great, but they can hit. They got a kid in there. I forget that 3-hole hitter, that lefty.
Those games we picked.
Caglione, the first base.
Yeah, he's a monster.
Those games we picked, I just went by what the bookies were saying. I went with they have Tennessee winning. Every one I picked, I just copied off somebody else. Because they're supposedly the experts. They're not always right. But
Tennessee's been good all year, so I mean, if they put it together, they're
Tennessee's
a great
ranked
team.
number 1.
Yeah.
So
there's a reason.
55-12, you had a pretty good year.
Yeah, they're doing something right.
And we heard some calls yesterday. People don't like their baseball coach. I never knew anything negative about him.
There's always something.
Yeah. They don't like winners.
And we were talking about it, if Clemson does come to the SEC with all that stuff happening that baseball game.
Yeah.
Did you watch that?
A little bit. I got it at the end when they started ejecting players and stuff.
Yeah.
So.
And Florida's coach made some kind of comment, and that really pissed off the guy at Clemson.
I'm sure. He probably should have got thrown too. But he didn't.
I just hope it's FSU in Florida. That would be awesome.
That'd be awesome for the state, for the local people, the fans, everything. So.
And I got one more thing here. And we talked about this the other day, too, but just to go over it again real quick. They talked about what teams have won the most championships in baseball. USC's got 12.
Yeah, that was
shocking. But a lot of them were a long time ago.
Right.
LSU 7, Texas 6, Arizona State 5, Arizona Miami 4, and I think there's a couple others logjam at 4 there, too.
Right.
So I didn't realize that LSU had more than Texas?
Yeah.
Wow.
Texas is going to be looking for a new coach after this year, so we'll see what their choice is. They're probably going to try to cherry pick one of these coaches that are in the College World Series, so they'll probably take a little while, but I don't see their coach being back next year either.
Should Greg Bernicki and Bill Allen have been Texas fans and wanted the coach fired quicker? Because they made it more to the playoffs than any other team 36 times.
They probably should have pulled the trigger a little bit faster because they've been struggling a little bit recently.
Well, they had that coach that was there forever at Texas, Augie Garrido.
Right, yeah.
He won a bazillion games, too. And you get a good one, you hang on to him.
All right, let me ask you both this. It used to be back in the day where football in the state of Florida, you're going to win a national championship, you're going to have to beat one of the big 3, the 80s, the 90s, and now it's gone away. Bay County, we came here, football was a king, baseball is a king now. The state of Florida, now the baseball is the king, and not football. It's not.
It depends where you live.
I don't know.
Go down to Dade County.
No, I'm talking about.
Go down to Broward
I'm talking
County.
about the state of Florida. I just said it. In football, you had to beat these 3 teams to win a championship. You don't anymore. It's baseball now.
Oh, okay.
The state of Florida is a baseball. We're not a football power in the state anymore.
Okay,
Florida State, look what happened in the bowl game. We got embarrassed.
I thought you meant the high school.
Yeah, that's what I was doing.
I'm just making.
Right, I see what you're saying. That could be true right now. You got Napier at Florida's not doing really well, although Norvell's doing good at Florida State. We really need to see what Krista's going to do at Miami. I mean, he's been recruiting like the Alabamas, Georgias, and stuff like that. But can he put it together on the field?
They don't win.
They don't have a fan base. They don't really construct their offense very good. I was very disappointed in how his in-game coaching was. Obviously, he could have kneeled, won the game versus Georgia Tech, didn't. That spiraled out of control last year. So we'll see if he still has the confidence of the locker room this year. That's going to be big and important for them.
All right, let's take a break. We're going to give you an opportunity to win some tickets. Go watch the Atlanta Braves. 4 tickets. And I think the day ends this particular giveaway. But you can win something, but it gives get you in the competition to win the big four tickets. And again, I want to point out that we're doing this for you guys. Our station does this more than anybody out there. In return,
it's a local winner. It's not like one of the ESPN.
Well, wait a minute. Time out.
Keep going.
Let me finish. Let me finish, because it's the biggest. This is the most important thing all day long. Oh. Make sure, since we did it to you, go vote for us.
There.
Go vote for us.
And Max Fit under health and beauty.
Yeah, beauty. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay, here it is, boys and girls, moms and dads. Take a Sharpie and write this number down on the wife's forehead, 215-6290. You got to be caller number 10. That will get you registered to win 4 tickets to the Toronto Blue Jays game Saturday, September 7th, which includes hotels, food, beverage, spending cash, and amazing seats in the Xfinity Club. 4 tickets. And all you got to do is be caller number 10 at 215-6290. And just for getting registered, you're going to win a Pepsi cooler from the station stash right here. Be caller number 10, 215-6290. This is your last chance, except for the afternoon edition with the afternoon underdogs in the inside drive as well. They're going to give you a final chance. 215-6290. Be caller number 10.
Hey, if you want that yard to look beautiful, Turf Pro Pest Control can make it happen for you. Give Pat a call. They'll come out. That yard looks absolutely beautiful when they get through with it. Beefro Braves in Lynn Haven. Pat is the greatest city commissioner in the history of Lynn Haven. He does an even better job of Beefro Braves in Lynn Haven. Go check it out every Wednesday. 10 wings inside for $9.99. 10 for 10 going on. Go watch FSU play tonight against Tennessee. Right at Beefro Braves. Have a great time. And if you want to go get some jewelry, where are we going?
You're going to go to David. I'm answering the phone.
We're going to see David Adamson.
I can still take time out for David Adamson. Fine jewelry, 830 Highway 77. Take your jewelry down there. Get it appraised.
Phones are blowing up. Phones are blowing up.
And wait a minute. You're caller number 5.
You're number 6. Okay. All right, we'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida. We're taking the inside drive.
A New York City couple got the surprise of a lifetime while magnet fishing in Queens, a safe containing about $100,000. James Caan and Barbie Agostini.
Oh, Barb's.
Oh, Barb.
I know her.
Oh, Barb, up there in Wisconsin. All right,
visit New York.
Yeah, New York.
Same place.
Middays 11 to 1. ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good morning. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with Friday's weather forecast. Sunny this afternoon and evening with a high near 93 and a wind 5 to 10 miles per hour. Clear skies tonight, a light breeze and a temperature of 78. About the same tomorrow, around 92 with sunshine and a wind out of the south-southwest at 6 miles per hour. Partly sunny in the morning and then possible thunderstorms Sunday and hot around 90. This forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for keeping that dial at ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Are you feeling tired, weak, or maybe you feel old and cranky? If so, I have the answer. It's Max Fit Sports Nutrition with 2 locations, 23rd Street in the Coronado Plaza and in Pier Park North on Back Beach Road. Max Fit Sports Nutrition has nutritional products and professional dietary plans to get you moving in the right direction. So get off that couch and get to Max Fit Sports Nutrition now. Max Fit Sports Nutrition, where you can try it before you buy it.
Your biggest investment is your home. Protect it while also improving its appearance with Earthworks of Northwest Florida. We have sand, mulch, gravel, or lay down decorative stone, all available for pickup and delivery. Discover your dream landscape with Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Imagine the moment you proudly pull up to your home that you've worked so hard for, enhanced by quality mulch, decorative stones, and more. Let's make it happen today. Request a quote online at earthworkspc.com or swing by the office at 2005 Industrial Drive. Love the land you live on.
Welcome to It's the Coach James Hale Show.
But I believe diversity is an old wooden ship that was used during the Civil War era.
Live from the J. Michael Studio. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. We have a winner, correct? Good morning.
Good morning, Coach Hale.
Good morning. Who is this?
Paul Ritchie.
Hey, Paul. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing well. How about you?
Good. How long you been a big Atlanta Braves fan?
Probably since the early 80s.
Oh, nice.
Good job. Good job. You live on the beach or in town?
Used to live on the beach, now I'm back in town.
Okay. Now, what's your college football team?
Florida State.
Good job. We were talking about in the break how Florida football in the States really been down. I mean, it's hard to believe that Florida could lose 3 years in a row. 3 losing seasons. We were in the 80s. Well, I take it back. In the 80s, Charlie Pell came and started changing things around in a positive way. Got on probation, but he got in a positive way.
He was right before Urban, too. He wasn't very good either. Wide receiver coach. I can't remember his name.
Yeah,
there was a couple.
He used to coach at Ohio State. Zook. He coached at Ohio State.
No, after him. There was
After
one
Zook.
more. Or even before Zook. I can't remember.
No.
McElwain?
Yeah, McElwain. There you go. He
He's
was
Central Michigan now.
Yeah, he wasn't good at all.
But Florida State's really is the power in the state of Florida in football. They get 13-0, did not get to go to the playoffs, and then really though did not show up in the Orange Bowl. I think that's hurt them in some of these preseason rankings and stuff like that. Even though I think they're going to be really good next year, but does it surprise you that the state of Florida is now a baseball state, not a football state?
Not necessarily. I mean, it goes back and forth. We're football, then baseball. So I mean, it's just time for baseball to shine. Then of course football start coming back around. So hopefully it all come together, and then both sports do well.
Well, Jim Brandt's right here. He said that Billy Napier, if they win 5 games, to be coach of the year. Do you think Florida? Steve Spurrier says they're going to win 8. What's your take on Florida? I know you're an FSU guy, but what do you think about Florida? How many do you think they'll win this year?
I only see them winning 4.
He's worse than you, Jim.
Because, of course, I mean, as much as I dislike Florida, I need Miami to beat Florida to make the ACC shine, because the SEC, no, thank you, sir. I know you're not going to like that comment since you're a big Alabama fan, but I'm going to say it.
They're coming.
They're the ones that
FSU's
cheated y'all out of the playoffs.
We're going to open up our pocketbooks and bring them in. Thank you, ESPN.
I hope not, but
I do. I think they're going to go to the
I
SEC.
think they should. If I was a Florida State fan, I'd rather be in the SEC just for the secondary sports, baseball, everything else. I mean, it makes more sense regionally. And
just look at football game, Auburn.
But I would love to have the Big Ten. I'd love to see Florida State, Ohio State, even in Tallahassee. I mean, I think they're a great football program. I'm a big Bobby Bowden fan. I think they bring a lot of value to the Big Ten, and I'd love to see them and Notre Dame at it.
Hey, listen, thank you so much for listening. I appreciate you calling in, and I hope you get you some tickets and have a great time. You won something anyway if you don't get those tickets.
Yeah, you got a Pepsi cooler, a soft-sided Pepsi cooler, just for getting registered.
Yeah,
and listen to the Afternoon Underdogs and Inside Drive, because
still got 2 more chances.
They got 2 more chances.
Yeah, before you do anything else, when you get off the phone, matter of fact, we want to see you do it now. Get on your computer and vote for us.
I will.
I'm watching you right now. I can see what you're doing right now.
Can you see what I'm doing at work right now?
Yes, sir. I got cameras everywhere.
Yeah, and you better stop that, because that's illegal.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, thanks for calling, buddy. Appreciate you. Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you.
Bye-bye. Hey, I want to do this. We had remember we had the Tennessee caller Wildcat yesterday about why we so hard on the.
Yeah,
so I did this for him. I did this for him.
Pull that name up there.
This is Florida's ESPN's FPI rankings. They rank Tennessee's football opponents hardest to easiest. Their schedule. Listen, we just talked about a minute ago. They got them in the college playoffs. They got Tennessee ranked 7th playing in the college playoffs. So they might happen. Here we go. They open up with Tennessee Chattanooga. That was the weakest team on the schedule. Week 11, their number 11th weakest team they'll play. Kent State. That's a home game. They're going into the season ranked 134th in the nation. I think it's a pretty good win there. UTEP is the 10th. They're ranked 171th according to FPI. Number 9, Vandy. This schedule sets up pretty good for them. Number 9, Vandy.
Is this Tennessee's their first?
Is this a Saturday night?
Get your earwax out of you.
Did they drop down to 1AA?
Is this a Saturday Night Live skit?
Are you kidding?
Yeah, I'd like to continue. Vandy is ranked number 76 in the country. They're coming at number 8th on their schedule as far as hardest to easiest. Mississippi State. They're ranked 69th.
No wonder they got them in the playoffs. Southern Miss would be in on that schedule.
No, they wouldn't. No, they wouldn't.
Be close.
Number 7. It gets better. Number 7, Arkansas. Arkansas is ranked 44th in the nation.
So they should be 5-0 going into whatever week 6 is.
Well, no, that's not. This is ranked This is not an order.
Okay, so that's not an order.
This is
Okay.
ranked from the
Okay.
easiest
Okay, I see
to
what
the
you're saying,
hardest.
yeah.
Number 6. This is a joke. Kentucky Wildcats.
Ooh.
Kentucky's ranked this year going into the season. I'm sorry, don't get mad.
Cut his mic.
34th in the
Joke. What do you
nation.
mean joke? They worked hard for
FPI.
that.
You know what? We should.
worked
Look how
hard.
good y'all were in basketball. You fired your coach.
Look how good you are in baseball,
I
though.
looked at your recruiting. It's a joke. in
They're a
basketball.
baseball school now,
They are. Thank you, Jim.
following the Alabama model.
We're basketball. We have taken over basketball.
One Final Four, and they've taken over basketball. I think that
We coming.
the Alabama Gazette's already given them 3 national titles over the next
right.
4 years.
Now remember, this is their top 12 through 6. Okay, here are your top. Number 5.
Here comes the gauntlet.
Number 5. This is their hard games for Tennessee. NC State. They're ranked 28th in FPI. Then it goes number 4. Jim Brandt's Florida Gators.
Oh my God, their schedule is terrific.
Then they got 3 games. Number 3, Oklahoma. Number 2, Alabama.
Okay.
Number 1, the Georgia Bulldogs.
They got 3 games.
They got 3 games.
Yeah. Manageable schedule, though, and especially in this day
No
and
wonder
age.
people. That guy's smart. He looked it up
For sure. I've heard a lot of
Now I
Tennessee.
understand why they picked him.
Yeah, now I understand the Tennessee hype because I've heard a lot of Tennessee in the playoffs, and I never really thought about it because I'm looking at their team. I'm not looking at their schedule.
Yeah.
Not sure what they got at quarterback. I know they got the freshman, but they could be inconsistent a little, or sophomore coming back, but.
They got Alabama
They have a
at home.
chance with that schedule. I mean, especially how late is that Alabama game in the season?
3rd Saturday in October, always.
Right.
And that game's at home.
Okay.
Yeah. And if it's a night game,
If
Tennessee
they win
wins.
one of those two, between Georgia and Alabama, they have a real shot to be in, and maybe in the top 6.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Because the committees, they look, they say strength of schedule. It doesn't.
No.
They look at the wins loss, and I don't care who you play.
TCU.
Yeah. Keep scheduling like this, Tennessee. Good job. So that's your Tennessee update for today for all you Tennessee volunteers out there.
Uh-oh.
I do think they're going to make it to playoffs. Oh, bring me my box.
man.
Bring me that box in here. Woo,
You notice where
Rob.
he's coming,
Yeah,
don't you?
goes
He
to
come here
Wildcat
with me.
first.
He coming to daddy. He coming to daddy.
Florida
right there.
State Day today.
Oh, look at this.
Hey, the betting odds for Tennessee to win the national championship in Baseball World Series plus 240. Texas A&M was second, plus 320. Kentucky plus 450. North Carolina plus 750.
There's the value
FSU.
right there to me.
Yeah, look at it. FSU's plus 900. Virginia plus 1,000. NC State plus 1,100. And then Florida plus 1,500. Florida's got the worst odds to win it all.
Well, they had the worst record
schedule,
coming.
too. Yeah, the worst
They weren't ranked.
But as we know, in baseball, if you get hot, especially your pitching, you can win a lot.
And I really thought that LSU was going to get in. The way they played in Hoover, I thought they were going to get in.
That's why my sleeper is UNC. UNC's a really good team, and they went toe-to-toe with LSU, and that was a phenomenal series there.
All right, I'm going to do this for our Michigan fans out there. You asked for it. I did it yesterday, and I'll do it with both of them sitting here listening. Michigan, the greatest 3-year stretch in modern Big Ten history. Michigan, 40 wins, 3 losses. At home, Michigan, 22-0. 1 national championship, 3 Big Ten championships, 2 playoff appearances. Go Big Blue.
I wonder what changed. Remember that, right, 2020, they were about to fire Harbaugh.
When they dipped out in the COVID year.
I can't
They tapped
put my
out.
finger on it. I wonder what they did differently.
Go figure.
Did they hire a new coach? No. Did they recruit any better?
No.
No. Did they? What could have
Can
been?
we not just give love and respect to everybody out there? I mean,
we'll see. We'll see. We'll give them the credit right now, but we'll see.
They won it on the field. Cheating is part of the game. That's
Yeah.
what Michigan Eddie said. They
We
did a
might as
better
well all
job.
do it then, since we're allowed to. Just
He said
Michigan
y'all
Eddie-
have done it.
I know. That's what he says.
Yeah.
But he has no proof, which is funny.
How much time we got, Wildcat? Hey, Rob.
Good morning. How
Have
are
you,
y'all
have you
guys?
wrestled a gator? Have you killed a shark? Have you saved us yet?
Not today.
Okay.
But
It's his
today's
day
still
off.
young.
But he brought you donuts.
That's right.
I did fight the people for the donuts.
Did you hear that Tommy came back in town? He was out in Yellowstone. Grizzly bear pictures, big black, one of the biggest black bears I've ever seen in my life.
wow.
He's right taking pictures of it. Right by those big old buffalo. He saw a pack of wolves chasing something. I don't know what.
So he's going to do the
I think
Mutual of Omaha update now?
Yeah.
Tommy
but-
sent him off from Yellowstone?
They called him back. they had a chamber meeting, and chamber of city commissioners and all that. They called him back. They told him how much it would cost for him to get these sharks. Remember the meeting with Quinn? He scratches that was Tommy. Tommy's here to save the world, man.
He might.
Has he got a big boat?
He's got a big boat. He's a killer.
He's got Cito.
I'm glad you brought that up. If you don't have Cito, we don't go.
Yeah,
Rob, would you dare get out in that Gulf without Cito?
No. I mean, I was here when they first started.
Yeah.
Working out at the Captain Anderson's Pier and all that. But, for what it costs for an annual membership,
you can't.
We have insurance for everything else, and it's cheap.
Yeah. And this one actually makes sense, because if you've ever been out there at night with no lights and no gas
I can't
or
imagine.
electricity,
When you said that, I'm like, oh my goodness.
Man, we were on like a 19-foot boat. We weren't on some yacht, you know what I'm saying? So we were like Gilligan out there.
Right. I don't care if it's at night or anything else. If you lose engine power and you're offshore and
you can't see the shore,
you're drifting away.
The problem is that everybody does not realize this. Everybody that's going now. You need a radio, because your cell phone, once you can't see land, it don't work.
Right.
So you need a radio.
That whole line of sight thing.
Wow.
And all you got to do to get Cito is go to Cito.com, or you can call them here locally at 850-234-2323. No, we're not off the air.
And we'll be right back. We're going to call Jeff Spiegel at the University of the great state of Alabama, talk about Alabama and Auburn. We're going to call him. We got Rob in the studio. We got Jim, Jason, Wildcat, and we'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Colin Cowherd. I do not believe this is a difficult finals to explain. Number one, why I picked the Celtics in 6. They've got a much deeper roster, especially offensively. They just got more guys that can score 22 points. Secondly, Kyrie is projecting that it doesn't bother him. Clearly it does.
The Herd with Colin Cowherd. Weekdays, ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good morning. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with Friday's weather forecast. Sunny this afternoon and evening with a high near 93 and a wind 5 to 10 miles per hour. Clear skies tonight, a light breeze and a temperature of 78. About the same tomorrow, around 92 with sunshine and a wind out of the south-southwest at 6 miles per hour. Partly sunny in the morning and then possible thunderstorms Sunday and hot around 90. This forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for keeping that dial at ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Bestway Portable Buildings has been your portable building specialist since 1989. Before you invest your hard-earned money someplace else, owner Jason Mulder invites you to stop by Bestway and get a quote on just about any size building. And whether you buy with Bestway or not, it's worth the trip just to meet Bestway Buddy. Say hello, buddy. Good boy. Bestway Portable Buildings, just north of Harts Marine on 231, and online at bestwayportablebuildings.com. The best in portable, period. Tell them Buddy sent ya.
PLQ Port St. Joe, WGSX Haven. Powered by Panama City Toyota.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Hey folks, Chris Kramer with Bill Kramer GM. And the best place to listen to the Inside Drive with Ryan Mulvey is inside a brand new vehicle from Bill Kramer GM. And I want you to know we've got 10 times the amount of inventory on the ground as we did this time last year, and darn near all of them are discounted. So shop us online at BillKramerGM.com or visit us the corner of Frankfurt and 23rd. We'll make it easy and take great care of you.
Now back to the most dangerous radio show in the Gulf Coast. Coach James Hale. He's so dangerous, he doesn't even check his eggs at the grocery store.
Danger's my middle name.
I'm bad to the bone, honey.
2 tickets to the gun show.
We're live from the J. Michaels studio on ESPN Northwest Florida.
Tide Roll. Alabama Update is brought to you by Stevenson Air Conditioning. Anytime, day or night, they're there for you. If it breaks down, just call Stevenson Air Conditioning. They'll be there and solve all your problems. They do a great job. Seriously, one of the few things you can actually buy that purchase, they'll actually pay for itself over a period of time because you save so much money on your power bill. And we really had one that was so old, it was unbelievable. And we went with Stevenson, the best thing we ever did. Except for the best thing ever is get Jeff Spiegel to come on every Friday. That is probably the highlight of my life. The guy's a living legend. Hoover, Alabama, Birmingham, Alabama. 1983, he started covering SEC football in the University of Alabama. You watch any of the specials on 30 by 30, anything doing the Southeastern Conference, he is on all those national shows and TV shows like that. The guy's unbelievable. Does a great job. How are you doing this morning, sir?
Well, Coach, we're burning up here in Alabama. but I want to ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
You know, I mean, you and I are about the same age. I mean, you're younger than me. I mean, everybody's younger than me now. But it was this hot when we were kids.
Yeah.
And we never complained. We played. Like, I remember riding my bike from Good Hope to Coleman 5 miles and playing tennis all day or playing a pickup basketball, you know, all day, and then riding my bike back to Good Hope. I mean, this is in the heat of the summer, and I don't think I ever complained about it. I mean, I cut grass when it was this hot. I never complained about the heat. I complained because I had to cut grass,
right?
But not because it was hot. But it's just, I don't know. It's just amazing how many people are whining about this weather.
The worst things ever happened to us. The worst things ever happened.
Brainwashing.
Are called cell phones. Cell phones is bringing us down. I'm telling you, I really believe that.
What are you looking at right now?
TV programming. TV programming. They program us.
That's why they call it that. Yeah. It's called a program for a reason.
Yeah.
I remember back in the day when it was super hot, we did 3-a-days. Y'all used to give us water as a reward, but if we didn't do anything right, you didn't get any water. So we were over there dehydrated, dying, overeating.
The salt tablets they used to give you.
Everybody drank out of one hose.
Yeah. There was a hose with little holes in it, so there was like little PVC pipe, and we'd go over there. But if you didn't do something right, you didn't get water. So that was a little.
You were talking about back in Bama the heat. I'll never forget. Mom always told me, don't go in these certain places. I would, as soon as you say that, I'd go.
Right.
And we would pick up Coke bottles, all these glass bottles, and walk way down to the store. I mean, it was, I don't know how long it was. It was a long walk. And just to turn in all those bottles to get a free Dr. Pepper. I used to love Dr. Pepper.
3 cents a piece.
Yeah, we would have all those glass, because we didn't have any money. And we'd be barefoot after walking that stuff. Turn them in, then we would get a Dr. Pepper or a moon pie or something. And we did get those things.
You got an RC and a moon pie?
No, I didn't. I got Dr. Pepper. I love those Dr. Peppers, man.
Dr. Pepper's the one, man.
But anyway, and it was hot, but we did it. We did it, man. That's the reason why I'm having skin cancer cut off me every other day.
They didn't wear nothing but short pants. Yeah. No shoes, no socks, no shirts.
So let's summarize. You walked to school uphill both ways up
in
a
the
broken
snow,
glass, in the snow, in heat.
Fighting off crocodiles and alligators,
black bears, and sharks.
Yes, I've had a rough.
You're a heck of a man.
Like a real Forrest Gump over there.
See what you started today, Jeff. See what you got going now.
Go swimming in an old cow pond.
What was it on the Dr. Pepper bottles? 10, 2, and 4?
Yes.
When you were supposed to have one, I guess.
Yes, I remember. Man, I loved them. To this day, I still do. But anyway,
that's a good drink.
Yeah, and my grandparents were up in Holst Bluff. I know where you know that's up outside Gaston, out in the middle of nowhere. Jeff, they had dirt roads. They were up on this hill, and we had an outhouse. They had we had one of those buckets at night. If you had to go bad, you did it in a bucket. You would freeze in the winter going to visit them, and you'd burn up in the summer. Right. I mean, it was a small little bitty thing. But we had some of the best times of our life up there. We didn't know we were poor. We had a great time up there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No doubt.
But it is hot. There's no doubt about that. All right. Well, thanks for coming on. And,
the Jethro Bodine update.
Jethro
Bodine update.
Thank you, Jethro.
And you know another thing, I don't want to get off on another tangent, but I was listening to one of the commercials, and we really need a dog for a mascot at ABC 3340. I think that would really help our ratings. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking make Champ the mascot.
Right.
But Champ is way too high maintenance for us.
Champ will bite you, man. You can't trust Champ.
So we got to get another. We got to hire hire a dog, and
Now,
it can't be Champ.
For those who don't know, let's fill us in. Who is Champ? I know who Champ is, but who is Champ for those who don't know?
That's Jamie's baby.
Champ is Jamie Hale's dog.
And what kind of dog is it?
Devil dog. It's a devil dog.
And his agent Sexton. So
He's a dachshund.
Negotiate with
He's
him.
a dachshund. Come on now. It's not like a Rottweiler. It's a dachshund.
A
Come on.
miniature dachshund weighs about 10 pounds, but
He rules the
from
world.
1 second to the next, he'll love on you. Next minute he's biting. You don't never know what he's going to do. Unbelievable.
But as cute as he can be.
Yeah, he made. You know what? They had a picture of him on that big old huge billboard up there in Hoover. You know that she had him on there. She won some kind of thing, and they had Champ, a huge picture of him up on there.
That's cool.
Everybody drive by and see him. It just means more.
I never knew this.
Yeah,
Change his name to Cujo, Overthrow Cujo.
I got some good names for him, believe me.
Or Bear.
Yeah. I want a chocolate lab, and Julie will not let me get one. My whole life, I've dreamed of on my birthday or a special occasion, them surprise me with a chocolate lab.
I mean, like Father's Day?
Father's Day's coming up here, pal.
Yeah, it won't.
You never
happen.
know.
It won't happen. Oh, wait, what's going on with you Father's Day? What they got planned out for you? Anything?
Oh, for Father's Day?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, well, we're headed to the beach this week. We're going to Fort Morgan.
Oh, okay.
So we're doing that, and then of course one of my favorite Father's Day traditions is just watching the U.S. Open. Now, of course, usually on Father's Day I'm working, so that kind of messes that up a little bit. But this week I'll be off, and so I'm looking forward to being at the beach and watching the U.S. Open and seeing what happens.
Be careful on the beach. Be careful. You heard all the stuff's going on down here. The sharks everywhere.
Yeah, well, I had a good friend here at the station, one of our anchors, who went to Orange Beach, and said, there were a bunch of people in the water. There were no signs of sharks or anything like that. So, it's a while, and certainly our thoughts and prayers are with, Lulu and McCrae, the two young ladies who were, and the 45-year-old woman, I don't know her name, who was, attacked by the shark. But I mean, shark attacks are so rare, but when they happen, I mean, it's unnerving. After it happened, I was kind of unsettled there for like a day or two, thinking of taking your grandkids down to the beach, and but you look at video and you look at pictures and you see all those folks in the water and all that, and apparently you just have to look and be careful, and they say there are strength in numbers. I'm not sure how true that is, because there were 7 girls, swimming, at the time that, those 2 girls were attacked. I don't know how many numbers you need. You need to take like 300 people out there or something, or I don't know. But I mean, it's
that strength with numbers thing's overrated,
especially in the water.
Yeah. Go watch the.
I kind of think so too.
Yeah, go watch those zebras go across those rivers over in Africa. The strength of numbers is not a big deal. And we had a fisherman that I know, you know him too. I'll tell you after who it is. But he said that they have these tugboats and stuff. They go all the place, up to the rigs, back and everything. He goes, I've never seen so many sharks in my life, out by the rigs, out in the Gulf, everywhere. It's unbelievable. They had orcas out here in the Gulf of Mexico. I mean, things are crazy.
Have you seen those pictures of the sharks? There's like thousands of them. I mean, there's thousands.
Everywhere.
You can't, if you jumped out of a helicopter into the water, you would hit a shark 100%. In like miles. It's incredible.
I've never seen it. Like maybe
I think they're tiger sharks, I believe, or bull shark. I can't.
All the above.
Right, probably.
Yeah. But and matter of fact, this is exact words. He goes, I guarantee there'll be another attack this year. There's too many of them.
Yeah.
And I guess the bait, Rob, do you say the bait's coming in close to the shore? That also draws them into there.
Yeah, that's what they're doing. They're feeding and they're following the bait. You got the bait that's pushed up in the shallow water. It's easier to catch them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I like sitting on the beach and reading a good book. When I go in the water, it's no more than waist deep usually, and I tell you what though, I've never seen a shark in a pool.
Yeah.
So
that's where you'll see me.
I love swimming pools.
Yeah.
All right, we got another update for you. We've got a gator down by St. Andrews that is going. No, listen to this. You see him out in the Gulf, and he's just laying there. Me and Jason and I were talking about earlier. Can you imagine a little kid running and jumping in the water and that gator right there? And he's not a little bitty gator.
No.
And down South Florida, they had a video, those gators. They're out in the ocean also, and their dogs were out there, and he was just following that dog, and thank God the dog got away. No. But it's just it's crazy. I think Putin has really screwed our country up big time.
Word.
I would like to ask you about Alabama. Any of their players got eaten by sharks? Anything?
See where this is.
5 stars get eaten.
You mentioned sharks. We all go crazy.
There's no sharks in Birmingham and Tuscaloosa.
No. We're all good up here, and the recruiting for Alabama has been going great. This whole Husky Harsin, nickname kind of wore off pretty quickly because he was able to, sign some big name guys, and I read one report the other day that said, if he locks in on some of these guys who's still out there, that this could be the best recruiting class Alabama's ever had. Now, that would be a great note, to go into the fall on, but, we'll wait and see what happens there.
Yeah, Hey, we got to take a break. We'll come back and get on and talk to you about some Auburn and Alabama football, baseball, everything that's going on throughout the world. Then I got a question for you, because you were really good about picking way far ahead. You told us what was going to happen to Jimbo Fisher. It happened. It's incredible. We'll be right back with, can I do a couple commercials? Okay, thank you. Don't forget, today is J. Michael's Restaurant. Seafood, the special days, crisp fish, grilled fish, peppers, onions over a bed of rice. Special sauce is outstanding. Go check it out. The ice cold beer, great seafood. The legendary J. Michael's Restaurant. South Oak Title and Closing for your real estate closing. Make sure what the people down 30A do. They sell millions of dollars worth of homes. Mark Cowart is 30A. And they all use South Oak Title and Closing. Not even close. You make sure you're Chuck Tucker, South Oak Title and Closing, #1. And we'll be right back. 104.3 and yes, there you go. Do it. Thank you.
ESPN Northwest Florida is celebrating 7 years of broadcasting history by giving you a chance to win the Atlanta Braves 7-year send-off.
That is gone!
Listen weekdays at 7:40, 12:40, and 5:40 to qualify for the grand prize. 2 amazing tickets in the Xfinity Club to see the Atlanta Braves Saturday, September 7th versus the Toronto Blue Jays. Plus hotel and spending cash from ESPN Northwest Florida, PCB Hobby, Pepsi, Fairfield, Hampton Inn on Thomas, and Home 2 Suites.
Good morning. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with Friday's weather forecast. Sunny this afternoon and evening with a high near 93 and a wind 5 to 10 miles per hour. Clear skies tonight, a light breeze and a temperature of 78. About the same tomorrow, around 92 with sunshine and a wind out of the south-southwest at 6 miles per hour. Partly sunny in the morning and then possible thunderstorms Sunday and hot around 90. This forecast is brought to you by Earthwork of Northwest Florida. Thank you for keeping that dial at ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Discover the most convenient way to buy men's clothing. Pierce Bespoke. Whether it's custom or casual, they come to you to take the hassle out of shopping. If buying off the rack doesn't work for you, let Pierce Bespoke show you how to get the perfect fit. Call Pierce Bespoke to schedule your appointment. 251-278-8270. That's 251-278-8270.
Attention homeowners, are you dreaming of a backyard oasis? Look no further than S&R Fencing, your go-to destination for quality outdoor transformations. At S&R, they specialize in crafting custom fences, decks, retainer walls, and all exterior construction that not only enhances the beauty of your home, but also stands the test of time. Their experienced team takes pride in delivering top-notch craftsmanship with a personal touch. S&R Fencing, locally owned, licensed, and insured, and a member of the BBB.
For everything in the world of golf, it's the Watson Report. Thursdays at 4:20 with Alan Watson from Golf Plus. ESPN Northwest Florida. Now back to the Coach James Hale Show inside the J. Michael studio.
And welcome back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Jeff Spiegel with us this morning. Talking about sharks, as you know, that Jaws movie was written about his life story, as far as you know. Hey, Jeff, I need you to do me a favor.
Yes.
Before you get when you know he's
You should have waited, Jeff, on that one.
when you have a big story going on in the next week or so, something happens up in Alabama, before you start it, have everybody go to newsherald.com, have them vote for me best to bay from the great state of Alabama. I have no pride.
Yeah, you have no shame,
no
no
shame,
pride.
no nothing anyway. Just kidding.
Well, I mean, I voted for you like 4 or 5 times last year, and you said you were going to send me a check, and I never got a check on that.
Well, I'm going to double
It's in the mail. It's in the mail.
Ever since this stuff's happened down here, we have had a hard time getting everything up to people. It's on its way.
He took me to lunch one day, and he's hurting a little bit on funds right now.
You're kidding. He got killed.
Oh, my goodness.
Hey, we're talking about, recruiting, but Alabama recruiting. What about Auburn? I mean, they're knocking out of the ballpark right now. One of them, they're ranked 8th in the nation recruiting. If they flip the commitment, the big defensive tackle, I think it's defensive tackle from the Alabama commitment to Auburn, then he's done it again. He got the 1 5-star receiver from Bama. Now he's going after a defensive tackle who's been committed to him. He's doing a good job recruiting. Talk a little bit about Auburn's recruiting.
Yeah, he is. I mean, I think they've got 9 guys so far in the class of 2025, and if I'm not mistaken, I think the breakdown is 5 offensive linemen, a couple of DBs. They've got an edge rusher. They've got a couple of corners, and he's been doing a good job. Several 4-stars. There was a 3-star guy they got the other day, Bryce Dees, who ran like a 4.5 40. At the elite camp over the weekend, and you look and you go, and it's amazing to me now how, all right, and this happens in the Alabama and Auburn fan bases, how 5-star, wow, that's great, 4-star, wow, that's cool, but it's amazing how many people turn their noses up at 3 stars.
Yeah.
At 3 stars, right? But this is a 3-star, and Alabama had an offensive lineman 3-star who did the same thing. Look at the other people that they got offers from, and you see Georgia, you see Michigan, you see Michigan State. So that 3-star is probably going to be elevated to a 4-star, eventually.
Right.
But yeah, Auburn's doing a great job now. Look, he's always been a great recruiter now, and the proof in the pudding is going to be if he can, do a better job of coaching and organizing his staff in 2024.
Exactly. And the other thing, they might flip this kid, that Lewis kid out of Carlton, Georgia. He's committed to USC, quarterback, threw the ball 280 times, completed 186, 66.4% passer, 3,094 yards, 48 touchdowns. And this is what's impressive, 48 touchdowns, only 2 interceptions.
Wow.
He's a 5-star. He's got an official visit to USC back on June 7th. He's at Auburn now. He's 2 hours away. His hometown's 2 hours away from Auburn. Keep an eye on this one. If they get this one, this is going to be a big deal right here.
Huge pickup.
Big pickup. And again, 24/7, Auburn's ranked 8th in the nation. So keep an eye on that one. And I had the guy's name down. I want to say it's Coleman or something like that, the big defensive lineman. If they get him away from Bama, and he's going to be going. Jeff, you know this, that Tiger weekend, whatever it's called.
Right.
That's
Big
a
Cat?
Big Cat weekend. That's a big deal. He's coming to it, so keep an eye on the Auburn Tigers. Recruiting could go even higher up.
Yeah, well, I'll be impressed once they start parking a bunch of Lamborghinis out in front of Jordan Hare Stadium like Texas is doing, with their guys.
I cringed at that, though. Man, God.
That is absolutely nuts.
Wow.
But, I mean, Hugh Freeze and Kalen DeBoer, I mean, if Hugh could just win football games, Hugh and Kalen will be going toe-to-toe in recruiting, and there's going to be some terrific Iron Bowls we have in our future. If Hugh can hold up his end, in terms of wins and losses, because I feel pretty confident that Kalen can.
Well, what did you think? What was your thoughts? Bama, Auburn both pull out of the Super 7 State Championship Series because of the 12-team expansion playoff. And I just looked at Andy Staples. They got Alabama playing at home versus, who did I say, Boise State in the first round. So their stadiums are not going to be available. Both schools pull out. What was your take on that?
Well, to me, it was a no-brainer because it all comes down to to which thing is bigger. I mean, the college football playoff hosting is just bigger than hosting a Super 7 event. You think about the wear and the tear on the fields as well. But look, I mean, when it comes down to money and money talks, the economic impact for a college football playoff game is like, $22 million they bring in, for a home football weekend. And for the Super 7, it's like $3 million, because these people don't stay in hotels. They'll travel from, wherever their, fan base is. And so it was really a no-brainer for Tuscaloosa and Auburn to drop out of that thing and say, hey, we can't stay committed to the Super 7 because, hosting a college football playoff game is just bigger and means more, money to the community.
Yeah. And I believe it's Auburn's turn this year to host it. I think it was in Bryant-Denny last year. Where do you think it winds up? You think it winds up in the new stadium in Birmingham?
Well, I think it's at Protective this year. 2020, it was Protective in 2021, and it's Protective's turn this year. My opinion is that it should be in Birmingham every year. It used to be at Legion Field every year, and for selfish reasons, I want it to be in Birmingham every year, for us.
Yeah.
But I think Protective Stadium is an incredible facility. Okay. Now, that's not what the AHSAA is going to do. I mean, they're going to listen to Mobile's pitch. They're going to listen to Jacksonville State's pitch. I think they want to get in on it. They want to kind of share the wealth, with a couple of other communities, just like they have Tuscaloosa and Auburn. But, Coach, I don't know how you feel about this, but, it was a big deal, to play in Tuscaloosa and to play in Auburn. But once the game kicks off, do you think these kids even think about where they're playing?
No.
All they're thinking about is trying to block or tackle that guy, who's across the line of scrimmage from them. So, the venue is a big deal until the ball gets kicked off.
I'll be honest with you. I liked it the old way, where it's home and home. It just the crowds, that stadium's. You look at Bryant-Denny and Jordan-Hare; they're so big, and it looks like there's nobody there.
Right.
But if you play in front of 15,000, 25,000, I remember Lanier High School. We played Crampton Bowl. That'd be 27,000 people at a high school football game. That's exciting, loud, and it seemed like you're. I just like the home and home. If you're not the home team, I understand it's a difficult challenge, but still, I like it that way.
And we've heard a couple of coaches tell us that. One coach in particular, Darryl LeBeau of Pleasant Grove, said the atmosphere at Protective Stadium was great because the stadium's smaller.
Yeah.
And if you put 5 to 10,000 or 12,000 at Protective Stadium, it's a lot more of an impact in terms of noise than it is if you put 12,000 in Bryant-Denny or Jordan-Hare.
And I'll be honest with you, I hope Alabama doesn't put it in Mobile. I hope they don't put it in Huntsville. I mean, I think the center of the state, I think Birmingham's perfect. I mean, it's not that far. I'd hate to be a team like up in Huntsville and have to drive all the way to Mobile to play a football game when you got Birmingham right there. The same thing for Mobile.
You have to go past Birmingham to get to the game.
Yeah.
That would be crazy.
I think they should do that. All right, I got a question for you. Is this crazy? Could this possibly happen? Hear me out. Ohio State looking for a new coach. Florida looking for a new coach. USC looking for a coach. Oklahoma looking for a coach. All at the same time. And I put some icing on top of that cake. And all of a sudden, Dabo Swinney resigns. Could this all happen in 2024?
Oh, my word. This sounds like one of those National Enquirer things that are going to happen. And, I don't think Dabo Swinney's going anywhere. If Ryan Day goes anywhere, it'll be to the NFL. I mean, I'm sure there's some Ohio State Buckeye fans that'll be mad if they don't win the national championship this year because they'll look at him as underachieving. But as far as Napier being gone, Brent Venables being gone, I mean, those are high possibilities because, the heat's on, man. This expanded SEC, I mean, you got to produce. I mean, everyone knows that Napier's on the hot seat. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to know that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I see those two things happening. But I don't see Dabo, getting out at Clemson. He's going to be there for, for many many years to come. And I think Dabo's won a couple of national titles at Clemson, and you can say, yeah, but it's been a while since he's won his second one. You can say that, but I still think, there are a lot of good years left ahead, at Clemson for Dabo. I still think he's got a lot of good coaching ahead of him.
And the problem is, and I'm an Ohio State fan, and I do think Ryan Day's underachieved a little bit, but what's the alternative out there? What's the alternative to Lincoln Riley? Is there another coach out there that you're going to bring in that immediately is going to bring you more success? Because if you look at his record, outside of losing to Michigan, he's like 56-4 in the Big Ten or something, or 56-3 losing to Michigan in the Big Ten, been to multiple college playoffs, been to the finals. So, as an Ohio State fan, are we disappointed losing to Michigan 3 years in a row? Heck yes. If he loses at home this year, then we kind of have a discussion. But the administration is not going to fire Ryan Day, even if he loses to Michigan this year, and go and try to find somebody, because that success that he's had is just, who else is out there? Maybe a Dan Lanning, maybe Lane Kiffin or something, but those aren't fits culturally at Ohio State. So I just don't see what the alternative is there, or even at USC.
No, I totally agree. I mean, you're right. That's one of those questions you always ask. If I get rid of this guy, who am I going to get? And that's the first question you should ask yourself if you're a fan base, and then you go, okay, I'm pretty happy with this guy, because he's won a lot of football games for me. And but listen, Billy Napier, the clock's ticking.
Right.
Yep.
Well, Jeff, thank you so much for coming on. I hope you have a wonderful vacation. I hope you have a wonderful Father's Day. We really appreciate you coming on, and you make us better when you're here.
Well, y'all too as well, and stay cool out there.
All right, buddy. Watch for sharks.
Watch out for Champ.
Watch out for Champ.
Happy Father's Day.
All right, man. See you later, Jeff. Jeff Spiegel. All right, let's talk about some of our great people. Dr. Chad Mitchell, a legendary doctor. This will be his 25th year on Bay County sidelines. If you get any type of injury, go see Chad. I know Tommy had to go see him this morning. Tommy's back's messed up big time, so he's got to go get checked out. El Rodeo Tequila Bar and Grill, the best Mexican food you can get anywhere right here on Thomas Drive. Rudy's Barbecue, they cater. You don't even have to go to them. They'll come to you. Rudy's Barbecue, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. The best barbecue you can get anywhere, Rudy's Barbecue on Back Beach Road. Max Fit Sports Nutrition. You want to look better, feel better? Jason Kovaleski can make that happen for you. And I want to thank Beef O'Brady's and Lindhaven for the Alabama and Auburn update. Alabama was brought to you by Steverson, and Beef O'Brady's was brought to you by Auburn. Thank you guys so much. Maybe I said that backwards. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida. The afternoon underdogs.
We were the city of all the franchises most recently that have finished bridesmaids. And a lot of people were giving us gripe about that. Look at Philly fans. Oh, they're finishing second again. Well, we finished second. Where were you at? You weren't even in the championship game, were you? So shut your ass.
4 to 6 weekdays. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Life can take us so many places. And at Panama City Toyota, we're here to make sure every drive is worth every minute.
Maybe you want a fun, fuel-efficient car for everyday driving. Or you need a dependable vehicle that really gets the job done. Sometimes it's all about answering the call of the wild. And when you're ready to shop, reserve your vehicle online and choose your options. Or we'll help you in person, even if you started the process at home. Whatever works for you, always works for us.
Do you have a car sitting around you want to get rid of? Then here's a great idea. Donate your car and help veterans and their families. Yes, one fast call to the Veteran Car Donation Program and we'll come and remove your car for free. Fast, free towing, and 24-hour response. You can donate most cars, trucks, or SUVs in most conditions. The proceeds raised goes to help active military, veterans, and their families, and you get a tax deduction. All you need to do is make this free call. Get rid of that old car and help the vets. We make it easy. Make this free call now and book your fast and easy pickup. Call the Veteran Donation Program now. Donate your car and help veterans and their families. Operators are standing by. Here's the number.
800-932-1176. 800-932-1176. 800-932-1176. That's 800-932-1176.
ESPN Northwest Florida. The tradition continues.
Lots of force on this one. Hello, Chop House. A 2-run homer.
Now back to the Coach James Hale Show inside the J. Michael Studio.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Coach.
I'm just
Dead air is not a good thing.
I'm just listening to the Eagles. I can't help it. I love the Eagles, yeah. And we're back, 104.3, ESPN Northwest Florida. Eagles, they're unbelievable. I think they're great. Jess Spiegel does a great job, really does. And seriously, if you ever watch, you got to pay attention. If you ever watch these specials, anything to do in the SEC, 30 for 30, Saturdays down south, any of that stuff, he's on them. They got him on there. He's been covering Alabama, Auburn, and SEC for 1983. Really a great guy. Got a couple things. NIL money. We're talking NIL money. I didn't realize this. Deion Sanders' son, $46 million. He's the highest paid NIL deal out there. $4.6 million. Why?
Is he that good, or is it just his name? I mean,
that's what I'm asking you guys. How did he get 4 point? And the next one, like Manning, Texas hadn't even played. He's up there and he's making 2.4. Yeah,
he's using Deion's agent.
Well, it's name recognition. He's already had that. A lot of these guys that come in as a freshman don't have that. Your dad's, a Hall of Famer, probably the best, defensive back ever to play the game. So, he's marketable. Same with Peyton Manning's son. We all knew Peyton Manning's son wasn't a 5-star quarterback. I mean, he threw 16 touchdowns, 9 interceptions his senior year. I mean, the reason he was a 5-star is because his last name and the, cachet that comes along with that. And he's marketable, and he's at a big brand like Texas. So I think for years, the highest paid NIL was the gymnast from LSU, the pretty Olivia Dunn. Yeah, she was making like 11, 12 million a year off just NIL. So, of course, she's doing a lot of modeling and stuff like that. But it's not about talent. I mean, that's for sure. Now, the NIL that we're using, which is not really NIL, which is inducing players to come in, that's more about projecting talent and recruiting than it is NIL.
Yeah, actually, yours making 1.9, Manning's making $2.4 million.
It hasn't got off the bench.
Yeah.
Right. No.
In 2 years.
And won't this year.
Yeah.
Unless it goes south.
Right.
I like his Lamborghini. I like that.
But they are using him in recruiting. Decorian Moore, the number 1 receiver in the country, and Jamie French from Jacksonville, the top 2 receivers in the country, they keep mentioning him as the pitch that Texas is using. Hey, you're coming in next year. You're going to be a freshman. We're going to start you. You're going to be playing with Manning. And the Manning families is getting behind this Texas NIL and helping them recruit. So their class is terrible right now. And I know we talked about this a little bit, but they could still end up top 3, and they could land the top 3 wide receivers in the country this year.
Melrose is making $1.6 million at Alabama, and Beck at Georgia, their quarterback's the highest paid there, making $1.6 million a year. Going forward, and this is totally separate from paying the players from the universities. Revenue sharing is totally different. So this is not going to go away. The elite players are still going to make some big-time money, but I don't see all the rest of them making that kind of money anymore. I think when they start doing the revenue sharing, I think they're going to back off on some of the NIL, because they can't. The people that have this kind of big are successful people.
But NIL's creeping into high school now. Okay, so American Eagle is owned by the guys that what's the guy that owns the LLC, the Victoria's Secret for Ohio State's boosters?
Schottenstein?
Yeah, so he owns American Eagle. So American Eagle just signed 2 of the top high school players in the country to endorsement deals because Florida now allows NIL. Jamie French, the number 1 wide receiver in the state of Florida, just signed with American Eagle. So this is a backdoor way where colleges now are going to be able to pay these high school kids in high school.
I'm glad you brought that up. That's what I was telling you. It's not the local people doing it.
No.
It's going to be the guys that Alabama's got an alumni that lives in Fort Walton Beach.
Has $1 billion.
There's a 5-star in Fort Walton Beach. We got to have him. Let's get him in. And that's how it's going to work. This is for the elite players.
But these are junior in high school, so they're signing them now and saying, hey, if you come to Ohio State,
go to Alabama,
you're going to have a bigger deal down the road. So they signed Vernell Brown, who's the number 3 receiver in the state of Florida, because not every state allows NIL in high school. So this is a little backdoor way now. They're getting to high school kids early. So that'll be interesting to follow and see how they regulate that as well.
Call us. He's at it again. He's going after you guys on all this stuff.
Good. Bring him on.
Yeah, fake news about Michigan infractions.
Bring on Stallions, boy.
Yeah. I want to get this in today. I think really and truly, I'm a Bama homer, but this is pretty impressive. Under Nick Saban, Alabama's been an underdog 3 times in the last 13 years.
Wow.
3 times in the last 13 years. Alabama's won every one of those games by at least 17 points.
Wow.
That shows you how great he is.
Do you remember what games those are?
No, they didn't give you that technical stuff.
Right.
Or any at 11 o'clock?
Probably a Georgia.
No.
I'm trying to think who you would be underdog against.
All right, we got it. Let's take this call. Good morning.
Go Blue Trucks here. We're going to expect Tyndall live from Roger Dean Stadium here in West Palm Beach, Jupiter, Florida. Calling on location. What other caller does that for you, Coach? Call on location.
Roger
from the
Dean.
Middle East, Vegas, all over the world. The people's caller.
The people's caller. Only a people caller would do that.
Hey, Eddie, you know your little spiel you do when you first come on the air, what you just did. I want you to add something to it. You know, all the stuff about Tyndall and everything. Fix 390. Please add that.
There's a lot of things that are screwed up in Bay County that needs fixing.
But that one's been going on for, 11 years now?
Yeah, 390, part of it is really nice, and then there's other parts
and then
of it.
all of a sudden you go into some dry body's driveway because they got you. I hate that, man.
Can I do a PSA real quick?
Okay.
All right. This goes out to the News Herald who runs that Best of Bay contest. Fix your dang website so people can vote every day. I've heard from multiple people
I've been saying that too.
they can't vote every day. So if you're gonna have a contest, don't be like the politician in D.C. and do it right. and make sure it's up and running before it's not a beta testing and all that. But multiple people have told me they cannot vote every day.
They're oppressing us.
That's only when you try to vote for the Coach James Hale.
It is.
All the other ones
Because I could vote for my Max Fit, but I couldn't vote for the Coach James Hale show.
I do. It's rigged.
It is.
Damn, Joel Sorrells is after me. I'm telling you, man. Clinton, all of them. Hey, I got to ask you, we got to get to the bottom of this now. I've heard these two say it's fake news. You sent this to me. I read it on air. Urban Meyer has been exposed for paying illegal players to Ohio State. They said this player you're talking about played when Urban was at Notre Dame. So why would you share this and really go after?
What are you talking about? He literally, the dude, he's a Texas receiver, right? And it came from multiple sources. I just shared it with you because Ohio State is in the news for, innocent until proven guilty, right?
Well, no.
I mean,
you have to have the
facts. If you're going to bag on Michigan,
based on facts. So let's lay out the facts. This kid was a receiver in 1999 when he was being recruited. Urban Meyer was the wide receiver coach at Notre Dame. So it's just, come on, man. You got to come up with some facts that actually make sense. How was
he wasn't at Ohio State until 2012.
Yeah, how was he offering kids to come pay at Ohio State and paying them in 1999? It just, these stories are so funny.
Dude, you know, athletes were getting paid in some way, shape, or form for years, dude. Come on, cars.
But the whole story.
That's not what you're saying.
The whole story is Ohio State's playing players. We've exposed Urban Meyer. He was at Notre Dame and a wide receiver. Do you think the wide receiver coach at any school is going over?
I was in the hotel room last night. I saw it on Twitter, so I sent it to the coach, and they were talking about Urban Meyer wanting to pay this Texas guy. So I'll do more research on it, and I'll get back to you.
So you know what that proves?
Now,
it proves Lou Holtz was paying players, not Urban Meyer. Your wide receiver coach doesn't go out and start offering money to players without the head coach knowing what's going on.
You know what, Buckeye boy? I will do my research on it. I'll get back to you when I'm more intelligent on that. I just sent that to Coach because I was bored about how, you know what? There's more... There's a lot of stuff about Ohio State and ex-coaches of Ohio State and all that in the news, too, not just Michigan. You seem to live and die going to Michigan message boards. And if Michigan was so much in trouble, Buckeye boy, why is your recruiting star leaving Columbus to come to God's country if we're going to get the death penalty and all supposed infractions that you guys are saying?
Well,
so that's the second.
It's not a recruiting star. That was an assistant.
That's leaving Columbus for Ann Arbor.
Well, how's Alfred working out for you? How many running backs have you landed? Let me ask you that. Because we just landed a 5-star Bo Jackson that y'all thought you were getting. How many running backs have y'all landed under Alford?
When was the last time you beat Michigan? When was the last time you won a national championship? Who beat you basically?
Michigan hasn't beaten Ohio State in 2,000 days without cheating.
Who gets more grants?
Cheating without...
And not Ohio State.
Winning without integrity is called losing.
Bro.
How much time we got?
The suck guys suck, man.
Hey, listen, we got to take don't hang up. We got to take a break. Hey, look at this. Look at Jeff Spiegel.
They're just jealous, Coach. They're jealous. They're not Wolverines. They're suck guys.
Jeff Spiegel has a ESPN Northwest Florida shirt on, advertising for us up in SEC Guys Country. Isn't that awesome?
That's
Thank
cool.
you, Jeff.
That's cool. You can even read it.
I love the passion both you guys have for Michigan, Ohio State. This is great stuff, man. Great.
Unlike the SEC, we don't sit here and pat each other on the back and root for Tennessee and cheer for everybody in the conference. I hope they lose every single game.
At the end of the day, be quiet, Buckeye boy. I'm still going to go to Buckeye Boy store and support him because I love him like a brother in Christ, brother.
And I love you too, brother. Team. And I will always take care of you and your son and give you guys the best quality products.
All right. Even you too, Jim Bob Superflex Snooka.
Turf Pro Pest Control. You want the yard look beautiful? Call Turf Pro. They'll be there for you. Hey, we got to get some Buckeye love and some Big Ten Michigan love. Where can we go to buy jewelry and have them together?
The best place to buy love is David Adamson Fine Jewelry and Design. Take your stuff up there, get it appraised for insurance purposes. Always a good idea. Or if you got something, it's always a good idea to have them check and make sure you're not about to lose one of your stones out of your ring or earrings or necklace or something like that. They'll clean it, and if something's wrong with it, they'll fix it while you go to lunch and come right back right there.
And when you're down there,
32 years right here.
When you're down there, head on to Beefo Braze in Lindhaven, man. You get the best food, the best atmosphere, the greatest people in the world work there. You go in there, you got to watch the FSU game with Tennessee tonight at Beefo Braze. You're going to have a great time. And then head on down to Newbies, have a wonderful time at the mothership, or Newbies too. Watch all sporting events. We'll be right back with Buckeye Boy and Michigan Boy. Be right back. 104.3. You know, off the air, y'all don't say good things about each other, but on the air, y'all do. I don't get that. He can't hear me, man.
ESPN Northwest Florida, the Paul Feinbaum Show.
Yeah, I mean, hell, I've been arrested 12 times.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's not smart.
I went before the judge. I'll never forget that. Boy, I paid $700 to a lawyer that didn't do a damn thing for me.
Let's go ahead and name him right now.
Paul Feinbaum, weeknights, 6 to 10 on ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good morning. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with Friday's weather forecast. Sunny this afternoon and evening with a high near 93 and a wind 5 to 10 miles per hour. Clear skies tonight, a light breeze and a temperature of 78. About the same tomorrow, around 92 with sunshine and a wind out of the south-southwest at 6 miles per hour. Partly sunny in the morning and then possible thunderstorms Sunday and hot around 90. This forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for keeping that dial at ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
PCB Hobby, the beach's premier hobby store for sports cards, comics, coins, and trading card games. PCB Hobby carries the largest selection of boxes and packs from the latest releases of brands like Topps, Panini, Leaf, and more. Looking for a specific player or team? PCB Hobby has a wide assortment of raw and graded cards. They carry parallel rookie, game used, and autographed cards in both modern and vintage. Have a collection you want to sell? We buy, sell, and trade. PCB Hobby on Back Beach Road, just east of Florida Linen. Call 850-320-8388.
Your safety and proper care of your boat in an emergency is crucial. When it comes to on-water assistance, response time is everything. And since 1996, in the Bay or on the Gulf, it's Seato. Seato's Coast Guard licensed captains are on the scene in an average of 1 hour or less. Seato gets members home or back to boating faster. Become a member today at Seato.com or call 850-234-2323.
If aliens showed up tomorrow and said, take us to your leader, you'd bring them to the Coach James Hale Show.
Danger, Will Robinson, danger.
Live from the J. Michael Studio on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
To 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida on an absolutely beautiful Friday. And this weekend is going to be hot. I mean, really hot. Down in Southwest Florida, we used to live, they're flooding down there. The amount of rain they've got is incredible. So hopefully pray for those people down there. They'll be okay.
Did it rain on the beach yesterday?
No, I don't remember it raining. I think it was more like in Lynn Haven.
Rain, yeah,
we didn't get anything on the beach.
Miami was having like torrential downpours.
Miami, South Florida's getting hammered.
Because Florida Panthers, the hockey team that's in the Stanley Cup Finals, up 3-0. Their planes were delayed a day. They couldn't even get out there. Yeah. So
I want to say 20. I mean, it's just like unbelievable amount of rain down there they've had. I think it's still raining.
Well, if you want to talk to someone that actually is down in South Florida right now instead of just spewing fake news right now.
What's going on, weatherman?
Who would that be?
It's nice and sunny. People are out walking dogs, running. I got a We Are Penn State already from my dude jogging. And
trip him.
I'm at
what city are you in? What city are you in?
Sunny. I'm in Jupiter at the Rogers Dean Baseball Complex where the Marlins and Cardinals Spring Single A teams are.
Jupiter is straight across the state from Cape Coral, James. I know you got that look like I don't know where Jupiter is.
Jupiter's on the east
straight
coast.
across.
Yeah. We played
Point
in the
Beach,
playoffs.
West Palm Beach, all that. You know, now granted, when we landed, it was like a little tropical storm, and yesterday was bad. But now it's beautiful today.
That's cool.
And by the way, I stand corrected, Buckeye Twins. It was when Urban Meyer was at Notre Dame, but that just comes to show that Urban Meyer's a snake, and everywhere he's go, there's corruption and all that. So
or maybe the story was made up and that a wide receiver coach isn't paying players. Have you ever heard of a wide receiver coach going out there offering players without a head coach being involved? I mean, come on.
Well, nothing surprises me anymore.
You should be rooting for Ohio State this year because the Big Ten could legitimately take over college football. Michigan won last year. Ohio State wins this year. That'd be 2 years in a row. The SEC will be on their heels. We're getting all these payouts, TV contracts, and you're over here hating on us.
I'm not hating on you.
Okay, cool.
You're
welcome aboard.
Got it on record.
Welcome aboard.
Here first.
Okay.
Welcome aboard.
Listen.
I'm getting you a jersey. You like Eddie George or Joey Galloway?
Listen, it's my show. It's my segment. Listen to me. Take this, Coach Hale and Smitty, SEC homers, and the preacher. The Big Ten had $880 million in revenue in 2020.
We had $853.
That's what the SEC had, where everything means more. $853.
Yeah.
The Big Ten is better than the SEC in everything.
We got to win on the field, though. It don't matter to me how much money you make. You got to win on the field. Ryan Day's got to close the deal this year. He's got to close the deal.
They beat Alabama. They outcoached Alabama. They beat Alabama. I got to give them credit.
Yeah.
They're well coached.
We did.
They're well coached. Despite the cheating.
In overtime.
They were well coached.
Yeah, they did a great job.
Defensively, they were one of the best coached defenses in the country.
Offensive line, one of the best offensive line coaches I've seen.
They got a little lucky with that. And I'm not trying to throw shade on them, but, you know, they had a lot of 5- and 6-year seniors because of the COVID years, and so that definitely helped.
And Michigan had some of the best cameramen in all the world.
Yeah, not everybody, because you had people graduate. But
they scouted people like no other.
Right.
It was like magical what they knew. Yeah,
digital cameras, everything.
Yeah, it seemed like they knew what we're going to run every other play.
Then they had that little midget next to their coordinators, like relaying signs.
Kentucky, just for that, Kentucky's not doing nothing in the College World Series. For that remark, I heard that.
Who you got winning the College World Series?
I sent it to Coach yesterday. So here's what I got in my bracket. I said it yesterday, but here's the official bracket. I sent Coach Hale yesterday.
Jeremy's got that.
Thing.
Yeah, Jeremy's got it.
So I got UNC winning, beating UVA. Then I got FSU beating Tennessee, and then I got Then I got UNC actually going all the way to the finals, based in Florida. Okay. I got Florida State beating Tennessee in the losers bracket, and then I got Virginia in the losers bracket too, and then FSU winning UNC, and then of course UNC takes it all. Then I got North Carolina State winning their game. Then I got Florida beating A&M. And then I got, of course, Florida going all the way. Then I got Kentucky beating A&M in the losers game, playing NC State. And then losing out to Florida.
So you got UNC Florida in the finals and UNC winning.
No, I got UNC Florida in the finals with Florida winning.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was the short version we wanted.
Yeah. It's only a 2-hour show, but
well, you got the bracket, the losers bracket, and all. It's kind of convoluted, double elimination and all that. So it's not like straight up. You know what I mean? So I'm just want everyone to know.
Missionary, what two powerhouse blue bloods are tied with the most active NFL players on NFL rosters right now? What two blue cold-blooded. I mean, they're as big as it gets in college football. Who are they?
I'll say Alabama, Michigan.
Who are they?
Who?
Ohio.
I know Alabama's one because you're a homer. Is Jeff
Ohio
Siegel on
State.
it now?
No. Ohio State and Michigan both have 59 players on NFL active roster today. That's crazy.
I was surprised by that. Alabama not being number one.
Well, they are.
Yeah,
They are. Alabama. No, Alabama is number one. They have
Okay.
75.
Okay.
I'm talking about they were tied.
Right.
Two. That's big. Two Big Ten teams right there. Two of the biggest names in college football, and they both have the exact same number playing in the NFL. That was going to change by the time the first game gets played.
Right.
But that's pretty incredible. Alabama had the more than anybody with 75. And then there's another conference that had two other schools tied with the exact same number. They're big names too. Not as big as Michigan and Ohio State, but they're big. Do anybody have a clue who they are?
Florida State, Clemson?
Close, but not. That's pretty close. Good job. Anybody, Walkati, can you figure out who it is?
No,
They're in the Southeastern
that's a good
Conference.
one.
They're in the
Okay.
Southeastern Conference.
I thought you said other conferences.
Could be Georgia, maybe?
Yes, correct. Who is the other one? Per capita.
Did Jason get one of them right?
LSU.
Good job. LSU
Yeah,
and Georgia,
LSU, yeah.
both from the SEC, are tied. They have 62 playing right now or on the active roster at LSU. It's the Big Ten and SEC, and everything I look at, it goes down to the Super 2 conference. I mean, you'll have Notre Dame in there every once in a while. You might have a Utah thrown in there every once in a while. But the Super League's coming, and we can't stop it. And it's going to be just like the
Dame's fake,
NFL.
Coach. Stop throwing Notre Dame in there just because of their history and their pageantry and all that
You
crap.
can't throw away your history. You can't do that.
Well, you can, but ever since they got their embassy deal and all that, they get a free ride to the playoff or whatever for the most part for most seasons. Then they get their butt kicked. You know what I mean? I mean, they need to join the conference and stop this independent stuff. Join the ACC, whatever, and just stop. Or the Big Ten.
What was the Georgia score in the Orange Bowl in the playoffs a couple years ago? They were playing somebody in the Big Ten.
Oh yeah.
What was the score of that game?
We did.
Breaking news: Georgia scored again on Michigan.
Okay. When was the last time Notre Dame won a football championship?
1988.
Thank you, Jim. 1988. Everybody knew that.
Yeah. Long time. Long time.
Yeah. How long did y'all go?
Our last one was 97, so 27 years, right?
So their last one was 97. Last legitimate
Yeah,
one.
that's what I said. 97, 27 years.
Yeah. And counting.
Math in your head, like my dad taught me to. Don't need to depend on calculators and crap. Do it in your head.
Hey, speaking of that, seriously, speaking of that, real quick, I want to say Happy Father's Day to my dad in heaven. I had my hero, Jason. You want to say anything about your dad?
Yeah, just Happy Father's Day to my father. Great man. I mean, he had to be forced into taking care of his family at a young age. So instead of being able to go into college, play football and basketball, which he could have, he had to get a job right after his dad died in the war. So I just love him and the way he's just a great man, great person, really, really good demeanor. Taught me a lot.
Yeah, well, my father's been passed for quite a while, 2011, but I miss him all the time. Think about him. It's just a great guy. He's raised 5 kids. It's tough.
Yeah, it was tough back then, too.
I'm lucky. My mother and my father are both still alive.
You are lucky. You are lucky.
And I'm very lucky and very thankful for that. And he's up in Cincinnati hanging out, chasing nurses.
That's what my dad is. Nice.
He's got a good attitude.
Miss Yo, you like to say anything about your father?
Yeah, he's just an Air Force vet, wonderful man, Christian, professional trumpet player back in Detroit. Passed away on my last active duty deployment back in 2012. Had to fly back for when I was deployed and all that. But he's in heaven now, and he taught me to be the man who I am today, be a family man, hard worker, and take care of the kids and God, family, country, man. So
he did a good job.
Yeah, I will say this. I've been in the people business my whole career, and you're one of the greatest dads I've ever seen.
Yeah.
You truly are a great man. Thank you for calling in. You have a good time down there, and be safe, okay?
I'll have a good time if they win, and Eddie pitches good. He's on the bump today.
There you go.
Stay out of the
Well,
water.
good luck to him.
Bye.
Good luck.
All right,
Bye.
Love you guys. Happy Father's Day to you. Bye.
Thank you. And I want to say happy Father's Day to my son. He is a great father. He gave us 3 great grandchildren, and we had both girls last night. Spent the night, had a great time with them like we always do, Leighton and Lorelei. Little Johnny, my sister just called all upset. She said, I told you wrong. Daddy spelled his name a different way. But it's okay.
Yeah.
Everything's okay. Anyway, hey, everybody have a great Father's Father's Day. Ryan Mowey's got a great show coming up from 11 to 1, and then David and the Wildcats from 4 to 6.
Last chance to enter the contest, too, so pay attention.
And get in there and vote for us. You don't give me an excuse you can't vote. Go vote. We're out. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida is celebrating 7 years of broadcasting history by giving you a chance to win the Atlanta Braves 7-year send-off.
That is gone!
Listen weekdays at 7:40, 12:40, and 5:40 to qualify for the grand prize. 2 amazing tickets in the Xfinity Club to